And welcome to an impromptu Afterbrew. It's so shocking that we totally weren't ready to actually do it.
Yeah, as you can see, we have nothing here.
As always, I am Greg. That is Mira. Say hello.
Boom.
That is Surya. Say hello. Bing. And that is Chrissy. Say hello.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. So, in the void is Brad. He's in the void.
Okay.
But when he...
So recap on this. Brad's out because he coughed so hard he cracked his ribs. So.
Brad's out on medical leave right now. So like when the DM is away, the party plays and hangs out and all that fun shit. So
metalcore.
Hell yeah. And then beautiful chorus. You need a bleck in there somewhere. Oh no, we can't bleck anymore. That's copyrighted by a German clothing company now. Anyway, that's completely unrelated to this Afterbrew. So we're doing this Afterbrew a lot sooner than we were expecting, but show must go on. So we are here.
We still have so much to talk about.
There's a lot.
We missed so much on the last one. After our last episode, I was thinking of a lot of the favorite moments that I did not mention before.
And I might actually start with that because the things that I've got are like the recent stuff we had. I wish Brad was here because I want to pick his brain about how he kept track of that entire massive battle that we had. And then the party had a battle within, which was a time. But no.
I've slept since then. I only remember us fighting.
We fought,
Each other.
and then we fought.
I only remember the second.
For context, I just finished editing episode 84. Like this is coming out after episode 84, so people have already seen episode 84. Oh, thank you. Woo. Yeah, awesome. But yeah, you said there was a lot that came to your mind. What were some of the moments that came to mind then? To be like, let's just start with that to kind of like bridge from Afterbrew 2 to Afterbrew 3, the prequel.
The prequel.
One of them, because now I'm throwing off guard. One of them was when I brought out Bahamut as the body pillow.
That's right.
And because it started as you guys making fun of me saying, "Oh, you probably sleep with a body pillow,"
and then,
blah blah blah.
And then you made it reality.
So I'm like, okay, I gotta draw this, and I'm like printing out little pieces because I don't know how to fucking make a body pillow. And I transfer it on a big pillow thing, and then I bring it out for you guys, and I'm like, look, I do.
We made that joke like a month. We made that joke like a month before we're getting the body pillow. We made that joke about like, because was that before or after she lost her power?
Before.
I was gonna say it was before because I remember
because that was an
after the shit happened, she was like, "Oh, I'm sure she's holding it extra tight."
That's like when she was trying to keep the books from getting wet because we were having a fun time at the lake when it was freezing.
That's right. So we had made a joke about the Bahamut body pillow.
So I made this fucking thing, and this thing's been.
I remember the moment you brought that out, and I was like, "You're fucking for real right now, dude. That's amazing."
Are you for real?
For real, friends?
Put him in the chair.
And he's still in the shot right there.
No, Chrissy, put him in the chair.
You can't see the chair over there.
But he's a guest of honor.
I know.
That's why he's right there.
That's why he's fine. He's sitting in the corner. They don't know I'm Bahamut. They don't know.
They don't know I'm behind her.
Oh no, she knows.
So they don't know.
They know.
Yeah.
There's just so many moments going from like in the very beginning, like of course that one you guys mentioned before, the touche that got deleted.
I will forever be
so
upset.
mad that's not there anymore.
That was I think the precursor to
still quote that.
I think that was the precursor to like I'm sure our clubhouse will do great because touche. That was like one of the first conversations you two ever had.
Touche was early enough to where we were still playing on the couch.
That was like episode 3 or 4.
Because we were all on the couch.
Yep.
Yeah, we were all on the couch still.
And we had that early equipment, and it fucked up.
We were all squished together.
My laptop had overheated. That was the issue. Because what it was that was at the time, if you want to know how we used to do, how jank this setup used to be, I had my laptop which was an
need to
old
put in a
laptop.
photo of the setup. Editing Greg, you want to find a photo of
I
this?
do not have a photo of that setup.
Take a screen grab.
I know what it is it was always off camera. I never took a photo of it. So, this was before we even started streaming the game. We did this was before we didn't start streaming the game until about episode 5 or 6.
Oh, streaming. Okay.
Streaming it, yeah.
Got
like
it.
we were
releasing
it.
We were recording these.
No, so like we had
we were
done.
doing it on Twitch, is what we were doing.
Yeah.
Right.
So the issue was because like we had this weird thing where we would record it, I would edit it, and then I'd stream it on Twitch. That's how I used to do it. Right. And then we just started doing it live on Twitch because that was easier to just upload the VOD there. And then that was at the time we had chat interaction. That was when we did the first Afterbrew. It was back when we were still streaming on Twitch.
And we were streaming all the way up until after the episode where you stabbed Amaryllis in the back. When we were in that town with the green dragon.
The last episode we actually streamed. The episode Chrissy died.
Was it? The last live one?
The last episode that we ever did like live with the chat on Twitch was the episode that Chrissy died after we had the book. Because she opened the book and she died, and I remember chat going, "Oh shit, rip, rip, rip."
Yeah, I was gonna say, the people that were in that chat at the time were going, "Oh god."
Oh, that sucks, rip, man. There was someone in there who was all, "Man, this is my first time hopping in here. Fucking sucks, she died, rip." That was single digits, and then that was like early teens.
Yeah, early teens.
But and then we did that Afterbrew, and then we had the space and then COVID. But the way that we used to set it up is when we would record it, I would use my jank fucking laptop, and I had 2 microphones plugged in. I had the 2 cameras, and then it feeding into our living room TV. That fucker was super overheating. That computer exploded. In fact, we still have that laptop.
Really?
That's the one
we gave Brad?
That's the one I gave Brad.
Oh, okay.
That's the laptop that lost Touche.
Right, because when we
Do you have the laptop?
That's the one that we used last time.
Yeah. So.
Because during lockdown we upgraded our computers.
Yeah.
So he gave Brad the old
And then that computer, the screen on that one broke, so now I'm on this computer. But that was just I should have gone with the more expensive one and went with the cheaper one. And then the plastic was just all fucked on that.
I mean, it's kind of all that was available at the time.
Yeah, it was limited supply during COVID.
Everyone was upgrading their equipment at the time.
Everyone was bored. They needed tech.
So what had happened was the computer overheated, and then all of a sudden we're talking, we're recording, and then I get the sad face blue screen. Mm-hmm. And I'm all, did it even say, oh no. And I remember looking at you guys going, guys, I've got bad fucking news.
We were just like, no.
I legit...
Because that was still one of the funniest
Something
things.
tells me that might have been the reason why we started streaming it. Is that we were trying to figure out solutions to not let that happen again. And we might have just started streaming it after that.
We moved to Twitch.
We moved to Twitch. That way we wouldn't lose things like that. Because then if the stream goes down because the computer overheats, at least... And I had my Twitch set up at the time... that it would at least take the clip, so I could at least download it on the back end. So if anything happened, I could still at least download that. We only lose whatever, like few seconds.
Yeah.
I'm still angry. That was the precursor to fucking. I'm sure our clubhouse will do great and shit. But yeah, that.
I still want Touche on a button.
Touche is so good.
It won't even have the over the E because it's just Touche.
Touche.
It's not touche, it's touche.
Exactly.
The best thing.
In early episodes, I remember I was helping Brad DM.
Yeah.
And I do remember he wanted to like go in on you guys, and I was like, it's their first time. I was like, you need to stop.
If we were seasoned players, it'd be one thing.
Yeah.
But we legitimately, aside from that
he
one...
He got overexcited, and I'm like, no, you have to pull it back, dude. I'm like, they don't know what they're doing yet.
It's like, dude,
we had never played before.
Yeah.
Like, if we were to have restarted the campaign now, we've played this game. We know how everything... Not everything, but we know in general how the game works.
We have a better handle on it.
It's not like... Yeah, it's like, hey, I want to try this RPG, and then Brad switched it to Dark Souls for a moment. I'm all, Brad, let's get to that in a little bit. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, because to be fair, what Brad has said was that his experience DMing was it his brother and his friends would be like, we want to fight that, and he would bullshit a story until they got killed, and they're like, all right, well, we want to fight that next.
And then the last thing he had was like a super high level wizard.
Wizard.
And I'm like, oh shit. I forgot that I got a candle at a con thingy, and it's called Random Encounter.
Oh hell yeah! Lighting candles.
I'm gonna
over
light
here.
it now.
Hell yeah! We're here for the chill vibes here on the Afterbrew. We're here for some chill vibes, for some good vibes. You know, the original question I was gonna ask first was, hey, not characters but party. Are we still friends? After that episode 84, I was gonna be like, so us as people, are we still friends?
No, I'm not friends with you. Fuck you.
No, we totally didn't have a lovely dinner that you made because you love us and want us over. It's
players or characters?
Players.
I was looking at the candle.
Oh yeah, no, we're talking players.
Players.
As players, are we still friends? Yeah, of course.
No, I'm not friends with any of you. I'm here for the ride.
I was just dragged here.
I don't drive. I'm just here for the ride.
Let's see. Going in order. I like when that was introduced. You were trying to save books from getting wet because we're fucking with you and wetting the books.
Oh, oh man.
And we were just
that's not even
the
Amaryllis. That's just Mira. Like,
and
oh my god.
No!
Like I said, a lot of Amaryllis is just me.
Yeah. You're a tired librarian, babe. It's fine.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
The dumbest
Bro,
moment.
it was bad years ago. It's gotten worse.
I remember when I was DMing with Brad, and I'm trying to lead you guys into ideas when you guys are facing the goblins in the tower thing, and I'm like, you could do this because, like, if you set the field on fire, if you do this, it'll distract them, and you guys are like, I want to throw some shiny stuff on the ground. I'm like,
I don't remember the specifics, but I do remember you recommending something, and we went, hold on, we got this.
The only thing I remember from that early point was that I outrogued you.
You did. There was a moment early on
it was
you
like a stealth check.
Yeah, you like rolled super high. It was one of the times I rolled super fucking low.
And we were like, how did the cleric out-stealth the rogue?
It's really good.
Every time.
Dude, she just needs to multi-class into rogue at this point.
At this point, yeah.
it's just sometimes there's
It's
those
scary.
bad rolls. My favorite bad roll for you was in favor of me, of course.
Hold on. Which one?
Narrow it down.
Narrow that list down, because
The
there's
one-
quite a few.
I've rolled out the scroll.
I'll narrow it down a little bit, so let's see if you can guess. You and me were at odds.
Again, which moment?
You gotta narrow it down a little better.
Is okay, hold on.
Possessed.
Narrow that
Would narrow it down. Oh my god.
That doesn't help.
So remember the argument the characters had in episode 84?
Oh,
It's
that one.
bleeding into real life right now. Oh man.
Bro,
By the way, the reason why I'm making so many jokes about the argument is literally last night I just edited that episode. So that is super fresh in my mind. Okay. How early on was it?
Evermeet.
Oh, God.
Okay, that narrows it down.
So we were in
Does it?
Evermeet.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, but does it?
There was only one time I was possessed there, Greg.
Oh, I'm trying to remember this because it was when you got possessed by the boss.
Yeah, we
Well,
were
my
in the
memory-
fight with that vampire dude.
Yeah.
My memory is shit. I can't remember
I'm
where
gonna
Rue
be
was
honest.
where.
I do not remember his name.
No, yeah. I don't remember either.
He was just fuckboy vampire dude.
We had so many different names for
Yeah.
him that weren't his name.
God, that doesn't narrow it down either.
But my favorite role is when it's that charisma check one where
Was it when you banished me?
Yeah, when it banished you.
That-
and you guys are
oh,
like,
yeah.
you. Everybody's like, why would you make him do a charisma check? I'm like, he could fail it. And the first time you pass, I'm like, wait, is he an enemy? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, luck. And you go, all right.
I literally went,
you look so confident. And you
because
roll
my
again.
charisma.
Because that's a strong
Because I'm
set.
proficient in my charisma saving throws. I was not ready
Not
for
that
like
time.
that low of a fucking roll.
Yep.
And I just lost. and then the way we explained
comic gets to that part, I like to imagine that he gets bamfed. Like, the fuck is going on? And it just keeps cutting back. Because, like, the fight. And then Ren's just... I like to think... There's one point of like, fine, you away, Chrissy? I would like to think he ate sand. I would like to think he's so pissed he's stress eating sand at that point. It was so funny
because the way that you explained it, you were like so pissed going in there, and then as time went on, you were just like, you kind of gave up and sat in the sand.
All right, you're gonna be fucking like checking
like
his
a little kid in timeout.
Checking his watch. Yeah, no, basically.
You're like, oh, I hate this.
Can I please, Mom? Please, can I leave the corner?
Can you don't?
Can you don't?
And then one of my favorite roles that he missed was when he tried to trip me because we're in an argument. And
again, which time?
We were in front of those two guards that wanted to talk to us after the green dragon attacked, and me and him were in the middle of a fight, like we were actually fighting. And then they're like, "Come with us to the mayor's house." And so we go over there, and we go to the mayor's house, and he tries to trip me, and I'm like, "Okay, can I contest it?" And we contested. We both rolled a 1.
Yeah,
and we tripped each other, like we fell on each other like that. And the guards like, "Are you guys sure they saved our town?"
Yeah, it's like you gotta be lying.
This can't be real.
I am in traumatized state. I gave Ren over to Brad because I'm all, he's not there right now.
Went catatonic?
He went catatonic. He's kind of, I don't know, but it was. And then.
Hey, that's Amaryllis right now.
Oh, emotionally.
No, every time your name gets called, it's a nightmare.
Oh yeah, you're just like, you gotta be fucking kidding.
That's the panic response I have every time Brad just looks over and goes, Amaryllis. I'm like,
Amaryllis.
no.
I do have a question.
I don't.
I say, I know we've got favorite moments that we missed on the last one, and I want to ask a question for you because it also leads to a question I have. I didn't bring them with me, but it is tied to something you had mentioned as well. Suya, have you ever gotten a whisper card from Brad?
Oh, I forgot.
Where he's had to write something down and give it to you?
He passed you a note or
Has
something?
he passed you a note before?
I want to say like twice, maybe?
Doesn't say he's definitely on the lower end compared to the rest of us.
Until Elistray, Ren
all
barely
I
got
did.
any,
But
and then
no, it's not.
it's not that much. My favorite.
I wonder if you or I have gotten more.
We have gotten a lot.
No, I
You
got
two have gotten
between
more.
the two of us, who has more notes?
I think Chrissy's gotten a lot more
it's you.
because Chrissy was also neck deep in the Elistray stuff as well. So she was getting extra stuff about Elistray while I'm slowly getting stuff, and then she's getting extra stuff about you.
Nothing about him.
Yeah, because I don't have gods either, so I don't really.
You don't have,
I
yeah.
don't have nightmares. So I just sleep.
I don't have nightmares.
I don't have thoughts, so I don't have nightmares.
I don't have thoughts. I just.
No thoughts,
I
only
just-
fight.
Well, no,
So
because
if you were a cat, would you be an orange cat then?
Oh hell yeah!
Well, he did get visited by someone that follows Helm, right?
Well, he got visited by a follower of Helm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but not the actual god. The god's interested in him, but he's like, I don't care.
The god is like, me and my boys saw you from across the bar and we like the vibe.
He said, fuck you.
Suya's all,
And they were like, we're trying.
And?
Yes, and.
That also reminds me.
You guys don't offer 401k. I need dental, first of all.
You're like,
And-
dental, please.
I need at least a good severance package
Yeah,
in the
severance
event that I am.
package.
You're like medical. I mean, we're fine. We already have a medical
we
package.
cover the bases.
But I
like,
need vision and dental.
I need vision and dental.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for a golden parachute. I'm just asking for like a good thing to fall down on.
I need my regular weapon checkups. You know. I need that to be wavered. You know.
Yeah. Oh god.
Waiver.
God. 401k.
401 TPK.
401 TPK. That's so good. True package. Cool. With a K.
The true pack.
Hey yo.
That also leads me to another one of my favorite moments is when you and Suya got drunk. You were
Which
reading
one?
somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was doing. I think I went to go sleep.
Please tell me it's the
You
one
were-
I'm thinking about. Is
the
it?
one where you started singing Dragon Slayer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I started singing that, and then isn't that when we
Should have
started
sang Kingslayer from Baby Metal.
from Baby Metal, Bring Me the Horizon? Yeah. No. Was that when we ended that night so drunk that Suya threw me and we created Plan B? Was that when we created? Was that when we created Plan B?
Created Plan B.
We did exactly. You're welcome. No, I'm
Launch
kidding.
it to somebody and then they don't have to worry about it.
Hell yeah. Throwing the bard is Plan B.
AFABs everywhere owe their lives to you.
Yeah, you just yeet the bard and they're out.
It depends how he lands, bro.
Well, in that particular instance.
I think in that instance he went headfirst into barrels, if I remember correctly.
See?
I think it was into trees or bushes or something because you
Something
guys
stupid
didn't. You
like
guys went
that.
out on the road and there was a bunch of trees and bushes.
I do love all the
Plan B. The B is for bushes.
I would, yeah. I need to actually sit down and go through how many actual plans we have, because we keep adding more plans. But I have not.
Art.
Yeah.
Formation.
Art's pretty good.
Plan B.
That's your guys' formation name.
Art, yeah.
Amaryllis, Ren, and
Suya, yeah. Art formation's really good.
If you add Chrissy in there, it could be cart.
We should, yeah, but
I'm not
we do
included
need to.
because I don't listen.
I agree.
track.
I agree. We should
If you
go
wanna
over
go
it so we
last.
know
what the actual plans
Well,
are.
because
no,
we
you
actually
usually
we
go
can use it as a
first.
battle tactic and be like,
Yeah.
Legit,
You have
it's
to
like
go
it's
first.
like NFL
NFL
playbooks,
play,
yeah.
yeah.
It's
You
like,
have to
or
be
like
upfront with this
in
word.
hockey when all right, so we're gonna drop the play. We got 3 defensemen now. This
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We have like a board with X's and circles.
Oh my god, that would be so
I
good.
told Chrissy, because she usually goes first in initiative order, she has to be at the start of the cart.
Yeah, no. What's Chrissy's plan? We don't know. All right, so what are we doing?
To rush in, that's what I always do. Do you guys remember when we had to split up to try and go into that fortress thing, and I set the forest on fire as a distraction?
She did what we couldn't.
Wasn't that the episode where Greg was a little tipsy and he's like, I want to leave?
No, that was a different one.
That was a different one. That was a different
Does that episode still exist?
No, those episodes, yeah. There's only one episode we ever had to cancel because it was just a train wreck.
That's when we were drunk, right?
That was
that's what.
There's
both
two.
blackout
There's
drunk.
two. There was the one blackout drunk, and then the other one I could edit around the anger from the fight, but Brad's audio was so fucked that it couldn't be salvaged.
Oh.
The one that I had to do like an 8-minute recap, I was like, all right, I can kind of cut around the more vitriolic part. Okay, and then I hear Brad's audio and went, we can't fucking hear him. And I don't think we had these microphones yet. We had the old ones still. So it was way harder to hear him, and I went, oh, we're actually going to have to cancel this episode and just do a recap of it. Because, like, if Brad's audio was good, I would just have to do a lot of editing. But... no, the only one we've ever had to cancel, it stopped was, that night we were blackout and we were supposed to do 2 sessions. We did 1 hour of one session and then we had to meet back together that Sunday. That was, man.
That was an episode of all time.
That was an episode of all the episodes.
I know we lost the episode where we had to kill Sarah's dad.
That was the one that I talked about, that Brad's eye. That one sucks because the only issues was in, like, the actual fight. But that actual moment of the I don't want to do this, that whole fighting Sarah's dad, was such a fucking bummer moment, right?
Cowabummer,
indeed. Where were we at? My brain ADHD tangented. Oh no. My brain ADHD tangented.
I think I do still have the raw video.
You do have
one, yeah.
Because you wanted the raw video for it to get stuff.
Know what we were saying.
You needed to pull the stuff for the comic. So you actually, the comic will have stuff that we lost in that episode. Mm-hmm. Can you believe that was episode 28?
That was so long ago already.
We're
like in what, 84?
We just finished episode 84, yeah. But
Whew. Let's see. There's just so much.
We're getting older, man.
We should discuss what we want to do for episode 100. Because I feel like it should be a big thing.
We gotta make it there first.
Well, and I know we will.
Assuming we make
it. I can't say that yet. That gets announced in a couple weeks. For reasons, I think we'll make it to episode 100, but we have to do something special for episode 100.
For legal reasons. We're gonna make it there.
We have to do something super special for episode 100. I don't want to talk about it on here because I want it to be a surprise.
Depending on where it falls of the year, though, it could be a holiday special.
Oh, could you imagine if episode 100 lands on like some sort of holiday?
Watch it land on like Arbor Day.
Would you guys be down?
It'll be next year.
Okay. Would we be
for
down?
a 24-hour session?
What?
Oh.
Bro, that's what Extra Life is, basically.
Oh, man.
I've honestly toyed with the idea that could be an idea for Extra Life.
That's the 24-hour stream is just.
I know, but for Extra Life, there's other activities. No, not.
But like
if you want to do that,
do a separate thing.
It's up to you guys.
Oh my God,
because Extra Life is more just what you want to do with it.
We usually split it up to a bunch of different.
Well, that's right.
It's your game, just raising money.
No, I know, I get it.
A 24
and you can technically do it year round. It doesn't have to be the day. It's
Bro,
just that's going to be the big like everyone's doing it to raise money this day.
I block time off before.
Yeah, me too.
After
for recovery.
to make
no,
sure
we
that
die like men.
We die.
We die like men. Seriously.
You kidding me? I'm gonna go to the library the next day, a fucking zombie. But you know what? We're good.
It would be. That would be so insane. 24 fucking hours.
Too much?
Dude,
let me do some math real quick. I'm doing some math.
I wanted to do that.
Chrissy, you don't sleep anyway. Chrissy, you don't sleep anyway. It's fine. Don't worry.
You don't sleep anyway.
So, 24 hours.
Brad would never do it.
The average episode within the last couple years has been about like 2.5 to 3 hours. Mm-hmm. So I'll estimate 2.75. So 2 hours. That's almost 9 episodes we could record of the Homebrewers. Bro, we would be good
for like most of the year.
So 9 episodes, rounded to 10, that would be about 5 months. If we're consistently uploading them every other week, that would be 4.5 months. Yeah, it would be get it to 9, and then yeah. Of course, some episodes will probably be longer than others, depending on how things fall and stuff like that. It would be like, and we're done with this one, and we're like, okay, how many more hours we got to go? Oh, I'm stupid enough that I would do that. Chrissy's looking like, please spare me.
Bro, I just want to do it.
I mean, I'll sit in here with you guys, but...
Dude, honestly, it doesn't even have to be this party either. Let's just bring, like, Dan over and just have the fucking...
Just do a 20, regardless, yeah. Oh.
Do our other campaign. Just be like, we'll have Callisto, we'll have Joe.
Shouts out to Joe. Shouts out to Estee. Shouts out
we'll
to
have
Callisto.
Gaia.
Shouts out to Gaia. Shouts out to Winnie.
Shouts out to everybody.
And if Kit wants to join in.
Yeah. I forgot the name of Brad's character.
He definitely won't be there the whole time. He'd be too tired to
He
do
was
that.
just General Wizard from the Wizard Tower. He went to the Wizard store and he became Wizard.
He was an old man. He fell asleep during the party.
I was gonna say, what was the nickname you gave him? Because he was trying to like what?
Scammer. Yeah, he called him Scammer.
I'm just gonna call him Scammer because I don't remember his
Then
name.
we got Scammer.
Scammer. Good old Scammer.
Good old, you know.
It was,
every party has one.
Gwyn Blaith, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Some Witcher reference that I know he used.
Yeah.
Witcher reference.
It was a Witcher name. I remember that, but I don't know the book. And he said it was from the book.
We had.
Oh, I'm never gonna.
We had Callistoverse, which was your tiefling bard. We had Winnie, who's a pixie.
The poo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you guys didn't get to meet her brother Diego. But next game.
We've at least heard Winnie talk about Diego.
Yes. You had
Diego.
Yeah, right. You had Este.
That's all I thought.
Yeah, right. You had Este, which was Dan's character, which is totally do not sue us, Square Enix.
Elven fighter, basically.
Spear guy.
Elven Spearman, you know. Totally not something from the property. We had Gaia Fury and Jovrani. Oh, excuse me. No. I gotta pronounce it the way the maid pronounces it. Joe over, honey.
Yeah.
All in the world
Or
of
Joe, for sure.
all in the world of mine and Kit's boys, Nick and Hopper. Oh man, that's great. But
if we were to do that for 24 hours, your voice would be gone.
the amount
The amount of tea
I would
you
lose
have
track
to
as to which Southern man is there. Like
the amount of tea you would have to drink just to try and preserve your voice.
Man, we'd hit a point where I'm like, I'm chanting fate. Give me caffeinated tea with a tiny touch of whiskey in this, like please.
It's gonna be a point where Kit's gonna go to work and still have to bring coffee for everybody.
Yeah, no, he'll come back with coffee and be like, hey, I brought the coffee. He's like, yeah, let's go.
It's like the equivalent of some guy walking in with the beer for the party.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
I feel like if we did Homebrewers for 24 hours, we would probably get into a bigger fallout than.
And that won't even be the part.
episode.
That won't even be the party. That'll just be us because
Yeah.
we're gonna be so tired.
That Fallout would be broadcast on Amazon.
It took a moment for it to fully click. I'm like, oh, that's
You're
good.
already tired.
Either we get in an argument, and then we become loopy, and then we all start laughing at stupid shit.
No, a secret third option. We fight
Peer
another
review.
dragon.
We fight another.
A secret third
We
option.
still need the blue dragon's head.
We do.
Dude, though, what if we got so loopy at the table that we just let it bleed into the characters of they're also getting really loopy right now? We're
like-
traveling for a long time.
Meanwhile, Brad's gone to bed, and we're just like,
we're
hey,
DMing our own
welcome.
game
We're
at
at
that
hour
point.
85,
We
and
got
you're like,
those points of exhaustion.
dude, we're at like 8 points of exhaustion. We've already died. Oh, man.
This is just our brain before we finally go.
You carry her and she sleeps. He carries me, I sleep, and then when you guys
And then we'll
before
drag you
die,
behind.
we'll restore you.
That's fair. Yeah.
I would say Mage Hand,
Yeah.
I do have Mage Hand.
but I forget how long Mage Hand lasts for.
I don't have my bard cards with me, or else
I don't
I'd
have
check
it.
them. Yeah.
If it lasts for 4 hours or more, seek
Call friends.
a physician's help.
I am a cleric.
That is true. You are a cleric.
I'm technically a physician.
You'd be like, oh, that go to Chrissy, please. I want nothing to do.
She
with
started
this.
off as more of a field medic than a cleric, so
That is
like
true.
physician
That is true.
time. She knows how to set bones. She knows how to technically perform like a very minor surgery at that point.
What's all in the set of bones? What's all in the set of bones?
You know.
Mage hand. Duration 1 minute.
Oh, wow.
Aw, man.
10 rounds.
Yeah,
And
See, 10 rounds
Yeah, but
sounds
outside
way
of
better
combat-
than
I
1 minute.
can't carry more than 10 pounds.
Shit.
You could eat something.
Throw a rock.
Well, then Vox Machina broke that rule a little bit.
Yeah, they broke a couple of the rules.
It's
They use some
Well,
of
the
the
show, I
spells
mean.
differently.
Yeah.
The show, I mean.
Even in their game.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
But it's all, I mean, they're not like rules are meant to be bent because there's no actual rules. It's just.
The rules are there are no rules.
But
Yep.
I figured it'd be something.
That'd be
to-
fun.
to-
That would be.
Or it could be we could do something else for episode 100. But I figured we should. I feel like we should do something.
We have to have. Dude, it's an accomplishment.
It's an
to hit
accomplishment.
100, honestly, we really.
We're triple digits. Come on.
It only
We're
took us this long
old.
to get here, but
We're
here.
geriatric now. Thank you. Yeah, no,
Geriatric simulator.
Yeah, no, we gotta do something really cool for episode 100. Brad is finally in the room. I hate that has to be a possible special thing.
Anymore, though.
Oh man,
Hey, fuck it.
yeah, but no, like there's that. There's
gotta pay for
other,
it.
I'm sure
Yeah.
there's a bunch of shit we can start brainstorming. We've got a few months of recording to come up with what we're gonna do for episode 100, and I legitimately feel like when we do episode 100. That's the one episode we record because we're gonna do a big thing for it. I'm sure it's gonna be a way longer episode anyway. Like
I'm gonna laugh if we talk this game up for like, okay, we gotta do something real big for this episode, and it just ends up being a normal night. Just like,
it's a being the
all right,
RP
we
episode.
recorded
Like no,
for like 6
man.
hours. We're done.
I'm gonna be honest. Any session we have is not a normal.
No.
It's always something.
Well, no, I mean,
something
like,
crazy.
we
episode-
plan for, like, something huge, like, maybe we record longer, or whatever, and it's just like, we're just
Episode
recording for,
84.
like, 5 or 6 hours. It's
Episode
normal.
84. We really were like method acting because we were all tired.
I got too into it, and my hand started shaking.
I
I was like,
was-
moving my mini across the map. I'm
I
like,
was
oh,
like,
God.
I was playing
I was
delirious.
It made me so. That
in
made
the
me feel
first
so
two
self-conscious.
episodes.
I'm like, oh God.
And then when you went,
No, but I just figured
no,
everybody was in
yeah,
there.
but then you're just like, no, Brad, you finally have the night off.
Yeah, I was already agitated from that because
Yeah.
like I was like you already took it off and like so I was already mad when I was acting so I was like that didn't help me.
Yeah. But it was like one of those things where you're just like, no, let's do one more, and Brad's like, well, I don't think I've got enough, and I'm like,
so the anger.
and,
of
but
Brad
I was the one,
directed
but
at us.
the thing that I was saying was just like, it's us, Brad, we could do more. I just need to know, and then we got coffee. I was legit delirious, so that made it fun.
Yeah, Brad saw how sad I got because I was just like, okay, whatever, it doesn't matter anymore. And,
Editing
like, he
the
was
end of
texting me.
episode
He
83,
saw
I was
how
just
sad you got and how angry the rest of us got. Like, no, Brad, come on.
Brad, It's
So
like,
he was like, okay, because he was like really tired. I'm like, I just want to go for a little while.
and he's like, well, maybe have an hour, and then that episode's 2 hours and 4
We
minutes.
literally
So,
yelled
like,
at him. It's like, you're tired? Go get coffee. We can make coffee.
I'm
here,
like,
too.
we're gonna make coffee here because I was wiped. I slept for shit. I worked that day, and then we got here and we did 3 episodes. We were here until like 2-3 in the morning. So like, I was just like, I am exhausted, but it's for the love of the game, baby.
Good progress, I'd say.
Oh yeah, it was good to record because normally a little behind the scenes, we usually record 2 episodes per like actual session we do. We did 3 that one.
I'm sure they can tell by the outfits we wear in the episodes.
Yeah,
like,
the
when
first
we were recorded.
I usually wear the same outfits, but yeah.
The first 2
Yeah.
were long because it was parts 3 and 4 of the fight.
Yeah.
And so, like, on the one hand, I do
Because we were
understand
finishing
in
the
terms.
Skagway stuff.
I do understand in terms of like, as a DM, going, this is a good place to stop. But we finally had a night to be able to go late, so I'm like, yeah, no, I'm here to do more.
Actually, on that note, I want to tell you guys and stuff. Brad wanted me to retcon something for that, just something small, because he was really tired. The time, like, frame, because he had said 10 minutes, and I talked to him about it. I'm like,
That's
like,
been hours.
Yeah, so it wasn't actually 10 minutes that it took you guys to get out and to go get your equipment and how long she was being tortured. It was more into an hour or more. It was like around that time frame, but the characters couldn't really tell, but it was an hour.
It was, okay, so it was actually an hour. It wasn't 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
That explains even more to me, because literally the way Brad was explaining it was literally long. It's like 5-10 minutes. What is she complaining about? And
To
I'm
be
like,
fair, it literally took us a long time to get out into the hallway, too, and try to find the place where she was.
But because Brad was tired, he's just like, it was 10 minutes. And so, like, because I told him, I'm like, so you had a question? Because he was like, how did he do all that in 10 minutes? That doesn't make sense. So I asked Brad, he's like, yeah. He's like, I was really tired. He's like, so.
As I said to you when I texted you last night, the fault of that argument is to Brad, because as character, I'm thinking it has been 5-10
I
fucking
thought it
minutes.
was too. I took him for his word.
Yeah.
I trusted him.
Wow, we trusted Brad and he fucked us over.
But I mean,
Yet again.
Even at that way, I mean, when somebody's missing all their skin, they're still not going to be happy. I mean, it's like, have you ever lashed out at somebody because you've hurt yourself in some way and they're just either kind of nonchalant about it or anything else, and you're
I think
like,
we all have. Yeah, no.
No, but
what the fuck's wrong with you?
No, but at the same time, like, it does make more sense of why she's that angry and that.
If we
to,
had
like,
known the
as
time,
soon as she was free, she reacts
I'll
by
straight up
killing
say,
the dude that did that to her,
Ren
or the
would
guard
not.
or whatever.
Ren would not have been
versus
a
10
modicum
minutes
of.
pass by, and it's like, wait, why
Ren-
are you that mad?
Ren would have been infinitely more. He would have just taken it on the chin if I, the player, knew that it was like about or a little over an hour. Because then, if it was explained like that, Ren would be like, "We gotta go. We don't know what's gonna happen." And then to see her like that, it literally would have been like. He would have taken her on the chin. It's like, all right, yeah, no, we screwed the fucking pooch on that one.
Yeah, Amaryllis probably wouldn't have reacted the way she did at that argument, too, because from what I was understanding, it's like, oh, well, it's been like 10 minutes. We got there as soon as we could.
So would that actually
so
retcon the fight?
No,
Yeah, because then it's going to retcon
Maybe
the fight.
parts
No,
of what
no.
got said.
No,
But that's still retcon the
Okay,
fight.
wait. But in the context, you guys don't really know how much time
So-
has passed. So it's like maybe it's gone fast for you because you guys are like active, trying to get out of it. This is what.
So
me
the
and
way
Brad
we're gonna
went.
play with it is that our passage of time, it felt like 10 minutes. But for you, because
Unless-
you got taken out and tortured, you had an actual bearing of the passage of time, which was over an hour. So that's how we could play
guess
with
so,
that.
yeah.
Okay, which I think adds to that.
Because I mean, have you ever been like having fun and it's like it feels so fast, like
Yeah.
like you're talking to
Or
somebody
even,
and an hour went by.
I'll even use a more stressful example. When you get slammed at work and
And
you
the
go
time
like, oh
drags.
shit, it's been like 3 hours. And
And
it's
it's
felt
been
like
5
20
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like,
and
that
then there's
makes
that other one where you have nothing to do and you're like,
You're the latter,
Yeah.
you're the former. You're the it's slow at work and you're like, it's been an hour, right? What do you mean it's been 5 minutes?
so
what
kind
the
of
got
like
here at
you
8
guys
o'clock.
don't realize how long it had been, and we never communicated how long it was. So
that adds a level to the argument.
Yeah.
If we think it's been 10 minutes, that's why we were so vitriolic. But you're like, this was over an hour.
you're
What
like,
fucking
it was like
took
10 to 15 minutes. Like, no, it wasn't.
Unless they is just one of those places that time can be altered for other
I was
people.
thinking that too.
There's also
It's a magical thing, but I mean, if we want, I can.
Because like we know nothing about Fae.
Yeah.
You know more about Fae than we do. So
When we
we're just
eventually
like,
get-
I don't know what
when
this
we
place
eventually
is
get
like.
to episode 85, I'm sure there will be like a
The only thing I know
beginning
about
of the
Fae is
episode
Baldur's Gate.
explanation of like, time is weird here.
Yeah, time is a weird
My favorite part about that episode 84 thing, by the way, was we have that argument and we're storming out, and I just love Suya. It's like we finish that and Brad goes to say something and Suya's like, and then you see pans to the sky. Faye. Faye does shit to people, man.
The only thought I had right after we ended the episode, I thought, oh shit, in our anger, we left Dorian.
We did.
We forgot about Dorian. And you guys said, well, I never said that, but you said, we'll be back for you. And then
We did.
You guys didn't come back.
Where?
You guys left Dorian in the jail cell.
Oh well.
Didn't we have the door open though? Because
The door was already open, and the guy never closed it. It was because your bonds were onto the ground.
Yeah.
And you were trying to use the arcane
We're
magic
gonna
to
deal
get
with
out.
that next episode.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Well,
And then all the rest of the people that we saw in there were unsavable. They were already experimented on. But I was just
or as
like,
we call it here in the business, experimented on. College. Anyway, no.
but for me, I was just like, oh shit, we forgot Dorian.
Goddamn. We stormed off in a huff.
He found his own way.
Chrissy though was already mad because she didn't get to kill the guy that was torturing her. So.
Well,
Yeah.
no wonder why she was the most
I
vitriolic.
mean, he was already dead. That's why she went and she kept like.
She was the most vitriolic at Ren
revive
because
him for a minute.
she was the most vitriolic at Ren because he sniped her kill.
Yep.
We can revive him.
You sniped it.
We can revive him a little bit.
We're gonna revive him
Just
a little
stitch
bit.
the head back
He
on.
got better.
Stitch the head back on.
I got better.
Between the four of us, one of us can stitch the head back on.
Why is everyone looking at me?
I wasn't naming names.
Yeah, it wouldn't be me. I don't think
I said
so.
between the four of us.
Suya! Yeah.
Yeah. Sue.
Here's Here's the thing.
Shove the head.
Amaryllis would
Yeah.
probably have the expertise to do it.
Yeah.
She actually do it.
I love
Maybe
the
like,
it
ew,
just
I don't wanna
folds
touch
up. She was a field medic. She's probably actually done some nasty shit.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
yeah.
She-
No, but
she
she
probably
doesn't want
has-
to touch this dude because this dude is a creep. That's what I mean.
But no,
Gross.
that's the thing is like she has the expertise technically to do it. Would she want to though?
Yeah.
You're like, no.
I will say though, I don't think there's too much to say about the argument that broke the party that night, other than like now that we have that conversation as about the weird passage of time, that's gonna make that next episode so much more interesting because each of us three are going to finally realize more time passed than we thought, and we're gonna have to maneuver that accordingly. That's going to be.
Well, have we made it outside yet?
Yeah,
we're in our rooms
the
now.
nobles that
Okay,
I had
that's right. Okay.
The nobles
begged
that
for help earlier.
the nobles
Right.
that had to pretend they didn't know who she was that actually
Would
knew
we
her.
have noticed that maybe time wasn't matching up when we got outside?
I think when we first got outside, we were in still such a huff after that argument. We're not
Yeah.
paying attention.
But that's what
to
he's saying.
the
Once the
time.
storm is settling, we're gonna realize like, oh shit,
There's
much time
gonna
did pass.
yeah.
I mean, and then
No,
you're in a jail
wait.
with no windows and shit. So you can't-
wait. Amaryllis would know. She picked up a feat
What?
that lets her know what time of the day it is.
What
Did
kind
you
of feat
pick
is
that
that?
up before
It's
that
keen
episode?
mine.
She technically picked that up.
It was technically right before that episode.
To be fair, also
Because we did our level up in between,
we
right?
did do
Yeah.
we did do a quick
She
level
technically
up.
picked it up.
What
We
does
did.
that do?
Here's the thing. We did do a quick
It's keen
level up.
mind.
What does that do?
It basically
You know,
like,
that every hour, you know what direction is north.
you
yeah.
can recall conversations or things you've read within the past month.
So you become autistic.
Oh.
Yo, girl, I don't care about your internet.
Real life is bleeding
That-
into the
that-
character again.
Yo!
That's your
Let's
autistic
go!
trait is you get to remember
Autism.
everything.
She's a linguist.
So
She
how-
can
so-
read lips. She can remember
Well, I
a
think,
lot.
I think what we could do
She's too.
I think what we could
I
do
mean,
with
she
this
does have the infinity symbol.
is that I know we technically leveled up.
does. She just wears it.
I know technically before episode 84 we leveled up.
Mhm.
But we could write that into the game that like as she kind of gets her bearings, and in game explain the keen mind, that's when she realizes.
Oh wait, I know what time it is.
This later than I'm
tell
still
time.
unlocked. Yeah.
She was
I
also-
have time.
To be fair, even if you have a keen mind, when you're not focusing on it.
Yeah.
It
I think
can
when
get a
everything
little
settles,
blurry.
she would probably realize, hey guys, it actually is later than we thought. Oh,
Yeah, like
shit.
that. That all makes sense. That makes sense.
Well, that's gonna depend on if she's in a talking mood whenever.
No, I
she
mean,
decides to
I
get-
just say like
when
to
you get out of
herself, she'd be like, yeah.
I do want to say though, there is one thing I'm keen to in the future.
Keen.
It's not like a major spoiler or anything. It's just kind of something special. I know Brad has something.
I was like, why are you looking at me when you say
Brad
that?
has something special for you and your character, basically.
Oh no.
No, it's good in a kind of sentimental way for you IRL.
Oh no.
So
Oh, I'm excited.
Have I not cried enough?
you might cry.
Have I not cried enough?
Oh my god, you want to talk about a favorite moment of mine? That was an emotional moment for Mira. It was when you got the letter from your mom.
Narrow it down.
When you got the letter from your mom, when you got the cloak.
Oh, the one they got rid off. That was so cute.
You were like also really going through
Yeah.
some like
I was
personal
homesick.
stuff. You were homesick. Was that before you had lost members of family?
Yeah, that was before.
That was before, okay.
Yeah.
But you was just more, you were homesick, and then you got that letter in the cloak, and I remember looking over, I'm like, oh shit. And you still have that cloak.
Was
You
it
still.
really that early?
It was probably, I think, 2019. Yeah.
It was.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It is a
was at your guys' house at the round table.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Shit. That might have.
That would have been that early then. Damn.
It would have been 2019 or maybe like January 2020.
Because
Maybe.
the first like big loss I had was 2020.
Yeah.
It could have been late 2019, early 2020. Maybe. I don't remember. But you got that.
Late 2019 would have been when I got the news.
I believe it was in winter of 2019.
Then yes, you would have had the news than if it was winter 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that it hit extra hard because, you're
Yeah,
going
'cause-
through some personal stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Because that was like around, not Thanksgiving. It was like maybe a little earlier.
Just
Yeah.
like
That I got that news.
a couple weeks before you'd gotten some news, yeah.
Because they didn't know if they were even gonna make that long.
And then they survived till Easter 2020.
Passed on Good Friday.
Yeah. Fucking.
What a day for her to go.
She told God, I'm not ready to go yet, and then it hit Good Friday, and she went, now I can go. And it's like.
She literally told me, she's like, I've got business to settle before I go. And I'm just
And
like,
she stayed alive for months.
I mean, at least she settled what she wanted to.
Yeah.
she said goodbye to everyone. She made sure everyone was kind of
Yeah, I want to say it was.
relatively okay.
I want to
with the
say it was
thought of her
around
being
that time
not
that
there
that
anymore.
cloak letter had happened because Mira's already emotional personally, and then that happened. And it's like
It was
Oh.
in September because I remember I gave it to her before my grandma passed away, which was in October.
Oh,
October
shit.
13th,
Okay, yeah.
So,
So it was like
it was like
that's
it
what
was
it would have been.
mid-September when I gave
That
it
would have
to her.
been,
It would have been
the
around that time,
homesickness into that happening. So then it meant even more. Like I'm gonna wear my.
I'd have
cloak.
to go back into my old phone because I still have my old phone from when I had sent the text to her after I heard about that. Like,
Yeah.
I still have my old phone somewhere. It'll have a timestamp
Somewhere.
Yeah.
But that's you talking about a moment that we missed. I liked that moment a lot. It was really good.
And then we went into the cold mountain where we met Typhlin.
Do people know?
Yeah, we did.
Was that on episode when Brad kept mispronouncing
Yeah.
tieflings?
Oh my
So
god.
people are aware. Maybe if people have jumped in later, maybe they're not super familiar. If you maybe jumped in after way
after.
I would say if you jumped in around 2020, 2021, Brad could not pronounce the word tiefling. He would say tieflings. And I know tiefling is weird spelling, yes, but it's pronounced tieflings. And he's like, yeah, tiefling? And I'm like, oh, Brad. So he named a tiefling player.
It's like the thief spelling. You just don't have the H in the front.
He named a player Typhlin.
Thiefling, if you will.
Typhlin the tiefling. But then he kept fucking up and saying
Tiefling
Tieflin the
the
tiefling.
Yeah.
I'm like, Brad.
He couldn't even keep it
He couldn't
all
even
straight
keep
his
that in straight in his head. It was like, bro.
I remember Brad trying to get under my skin so that way I would get close to his character. And then he did the charm ring. And then Suya got really Matt, and he like literally busted in.
I remember
cage
that.
thing,
Yeah.
And I was trying to keep him from killing Typhon, so I literally strength checked him, and I got a natural 20, and I was just holding my body against the wall, with my feet against the wall, and holding him. And Amaryllis was trying to touch me like this to get the spell.
You were
off.
like jumping.
Yeah.
It would have been so funny though if that fence was like electrified.
Yeah.
So you're like trying to bust down the door, and all of a sudden you just get shocked real bad.
Real funny.
For me, it's the McChicken.
For me, it's the McChicken.
And that's the same time we met Alistair, because we fought the ropers.
Yeah.
And you fell down the chasm because the roper threw you down there. I jumped after you. And, well, actually, I got a card because I was like, Brad, can I go after Ren? Like, will Typhon allow me to? And he goes, Typhon allows you to. So I jumped in there, and then you met Alistair, and then that's when Chrissy broke through that veil thing, and she was like,
and then it turned into a Kingdom Hearts episode.
I was just gonna say
It
that.
really was.
He was falling, and then it's like Sora falling. He's just falling, and it's like, is this real life?
It's more
Dearly
like Kingdom
beloved
Hearts 2,
playing-
where they're falling through the water and then they land on the platform.
Sanctuary quietly playing
Sanctuary.
in the
Actually
background.
Just
God.
shaking and it goes out.
God, that shit feels like a lifetime
water.
ago. Yeah, that was the moment I got thrown. I was like, where are we going with this? And it's like you had someone like, you know, grab them, stuff like that. For the longest time, I thought it was Wolf. For the longest fucking time.
Just because she was like, well, she had, other than the spider characteristics, she had similar characteristics. But yeah, it was Lolth's daughter.
Yeah.
Close enough. Welcome back, Wolf.
Yeah, close enough. Yeah.
And then I also remember we went all the way to this fucking continent, and then you're like, what are we even here for? I'm like, because you got notes that told us we had to be here, and we had an actual IRL argument about
Are
this.
you ready for the actual IRL stuff?
Here we go.
He's not here, so I can talk my shit finally. Brad, when he was asking me questions, was literally talking about Waterdeep in the same sentences. And I'm literally... So that's why I'm understanding...
so it framed
oh,
it
we're
as
going
we're
down
going
here.
to
We're going
Waterdeep.
down here. Part of it for Waterdeep.
Yep.
What Brad was meaning to say was, we're going down here, then we're going to Waterdeep. But in those conversations, that's why back when I was in the other game where I met Kit, I was hyping up, hey, we're going to Waterdeep.
We are, but not now.
Because in those conversations, it literally, Brad was like,
Brad.
literally what he was meaning to say, mind you, the like one time every 3 months I actually get a text message from him, because he sucks at texting, right? But it's like, he's talking about down south and Waterdeep all in the same breath. But those are conversations between Brad and I, but I'm thinking that that's happening with you guys. So then Mira and I are thinking, I'm like, hey, yeah, we're going to Waterdeep. And you guys are, no, we're going down here because of this. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And literally at the end of it, after we had our IRL argument, is when I realized, wait, hold on. And I look, and I'm all, Brad, that's not what you said, but now I know what you were trying to fucking say. Like, it's
Brad just
like,
sucks at communicating.
like to this day, I have not told him about that. But it was
We'll
literally
find out
because
now.
I had just like accepted. I'm like, fine, we're here. But then I re-looked at them and I went,
Brad listening to this episode later
oh
and realizing.
my fucking god, he meant that we're doing this, then Waterdeep, then other stuff, and I'm like,
And now we're like, are we even going to Waterdeep?
yeah.
Keep bouncing forth all over the
Right.
other.
I think, okay, I'm not 100% on this. It's just what I've put together. I think we're going to end up in Waterdeep somewhere around where we're looking for Suya stuff, because that's where the last part we heard Jaundice was going. So I assume that's where we're going to go after Jaundice over
Yeah, but
there.
like the longer it takes for us to get there.
Jaundice
the
is
time they
long
have
dead
to-
by now. Let's be real for a moment.
Jaundice died of jaundice.
Oh my god.
John D's nuts. Hey God.
But literally, we were there at that continent to go
Yeah.
get the book for Alistair.
It was like,
Jaundice Van Damme.
Van Dam.
like I said, because the explanation to me was so convoluted and weird, because it sounded like we're going here, which is where Waterdeep is in the book, and then the book, the way it was construed to me, was important to Waterdeep, and I'm all, it's your story, Brad. It's your story.
Weird flex, but
I'm
okay.
all, okay, cool, it's your story. So then it's like, no, we're here for Ren stuff. I'm not actually ready. I haven't fully fleshed anything out yet because I'm not being, at the time, I was not being directly told. And it was after that argument that Brad finally went, okay, I need to come over. Let's actually go over all of the Ren stuff. And I'm all, thank you. We should have done this like 3 months ago.
Better late than never.
It's like I had it ready to go, but I kept a lot of stuff open to fit whatever he was going to eventually craft for it. And then after that argument, I'm all, okay, I guess it's my story now. Oh, okay. Now we're having the conversation. I'm all, Brad, I love you.
Sent we.
Anyways.
And them's the rubs. Anyway, no, that's not.
The
no.
rubs.
I did like your arc though. It had a lot to it.
It came out really well. It was. I mean, we talked about it last Afterbrew that like it ended way differently than I thought it would, but I legitimately think I think we briefly talked about it, but I didn't fully go into it. But like the episode he multi-classes to Bard when he performs with the troupe and whatnot, and he's gifted the loot and stuff like that. At the same time, I was starting to play a game with Tiefling Bard. Stop me if this guy sounds familiar. Tiefling Bard and Nicholas Song.
Stop.
Okay, there we go.
Tiefling Bard. No.
No. Put him away. Lock him up, boys.
No. Tiefling. Cease.
Tyflin.
You know what my favorite... I'm just going to interrupt you for a
No,
second.
go for it.
The whole thing with Tyflin, the funniest fucking thing is nobody noticed I was still under the fucking spell because I was literally flirting with Tyflin the whole time. I was like, oh, I really like your horns and stuff like that. Like things Chrissy would never say. And then after...
Bro, Amarilla's ain't gonna catch on like, oh, hey, just... Because she's seen
Ren
Chrissy,
was horny on Maine.
nice,
He wasn't going to
though.
notice.
No,
Yeah.
but she's seen Chrissy flirt with people, so she's
Exactly.
just like, I don't
Even
know
if
how
faking
people
it,
flirt.
yeah.
Get stuff, but what was she gonna get from him?
But that's the thing is, like,
Dick!
No.
But the thing is, like, for Amaryllis,
Hell
it's like,
yeah.
she doesn't flirt with people. She doesn't know how other people flirt with people.
You read
She's seen
books,
Chrissy
damn it.
do some flirting, and she's like, oh, it's more of that. All right, got
Literally,
it.
the name of the episode, I Hate That You're Attractive, comes from the Tyflin shit. I had to go back and check. I'm like, was that Parm or was that Tyflin? No, that was Tyflin!
It was definitely not.
But then
Parm.
after the end, like when Tyflin's gonna leave, Suya
And
just throws Carl's spear right into his ass.
Carl? Yeah.
Carl. You guys remember Carl?
Carl? Yeah. How do you forget?
That was also so funny with Carl because he just goes, Carl?
That is one of the moments that I think
That's right up there with
I didn't talk about it because we
For
talked
things that
about
make me
the
laugh.
first like 12 episodes in the first Afterbrew, but that was like a million years ago.
It was?
I gotta
It's
come
just
back
the
to
fact that
that.
it got quiet. Like, Brad was
Dead
finishing
fucking silent.
Brad was finishing
And it's
describing
like-
something,
yeah.
and then Suya just goes,
Carl? Not just Carl, but
It's all about
Carl.
timing. It's all about timing.
The timing
Yeah, exactly.
is great.
So why
That was what made it funny.
When I was editing the second Afterbrew, I rewatched, by the way, your conversation at the Bahamut temple.
Oh.
And it's like, wow, you got a big...
Clubhouse.
This is the part that was leaving my mind that I couldn't remember. The part that killed me was when it's like, well, you got a big sword. Why do you... What gives with the sword? Why do you like the sword? And you're like, I like big swords.
And I cannot
I
lie.
cannot deny. And that after the... Because that's the icing on the cake, because I'm already laughing about the like, oh yeah, you know, she needed to meet her clubhouse people, you know, she ain't doing
You're just
great.
trying to make small talk
And
with
small talk.
somebody.
So it's just like, well, okay. Well, what about the sword? Like, the person's trying to start new small talk. It's like, I like big swords. And it's like, I cannot deny. That was rewatching.
I
So
remember we were all crying on that.
I couldn't breathe. That was so good. Anyway, Suya, yeah.
You were saying about why'd you
Nicholas Bard.
Why'd you change to Bard?
Oh,
You
so
were gifted the loot.
when I was gifted the loot, at that same time I had started playing Nick, and that game was the game Kit and I met at. and then that game fell apart for a variety of reasons. But Kit and I stayed in touch. He moved out here. The rest is history. And we've taken those characters and reappropriated them into their own world, which is the world for the game that we now play with, that we're going to be playing with Dan and everyone. So at the time, I just created. Well, I hadn't just created. Nick was actually. Here's the fun fact. Nick's song was my original backup for this game. If anything happened to Ren, because at the time he was only Rogue, I had Nick ready to go
for Bard.
To be Bard, so then I could, at least I get to play my Bard. That's cool, right? So he was the backup, and then I got pulled into that game in 2020, and so I used Nick, and I don't have one specific backup character for this game, but it's like I've got concepts of a character. Anyway,
I've got a binder.
Yeah, I know. I've got different characters
Land
I
on one,
could
pull it
make.
out.
Yeah, right. I have different characters I could make and pull in, stuff like that. But it's
I thought about bringing Asher in here at one point.
Nick's Bard Nick's bardic stuff, which also really bleeds into a lot of Nick's main gimmick was music is healing, which is why he was a lot more of a buff support pseudo clerical bard, because music healed him after a really traumatic incident that happened to him as a kid, and he started learning music and he played it and he became a bard, and
from
then
humble beginning.
Literally, but he
He
learned,
was the Hot Topic poster child. Music saves a life.
literally, but it literally was just like he learned healing magic from that, and then doubled, tripled down on the music as healing. So that was his gimmick.
Music makes you lose control, right?
Music makes you lose control. Yeah. Let's go now. No, so that kind of from a player, that idea lingered a little bit for Ren, and it's why it's such an emotional moment for me, was when he finally got to the multi-class. That was the moment that I went, things are finally gonna start changing for him. Cool. Awesome. I can let things start happening again. But I liked that moment, and that's literally the moment things start shifting, right? For Ren, and then we go south and all that crazy shit.
And then it went down south.
And then it went down fucking south. I don't remember.
And it all goes downhill from here.
I don't remember if I asked this last.
What are you doing?
The chords.
Just leave it.
I don't remember if I asked this last game. Last Afterbrew. Maybe I did. Maybe I'm just retreading old ground. You can refresh my memory. It was I have slept since then.
So if we all.
Yeah, right.
We'll just treat this like it's an
So, did you have a timeline as to how long you were not going to have your powers, or were you just hinging on Brad?
It was 50-50. Because when I was going through the difficult time and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it made sense. Because he had brought it up and we talked about it a little bit. And I didn't know how it was going to happen or really when. But because she was going through such a difficult time, there had been an idea well, if you're kind of losing your beliefs, then you're going to have trouble reaching your power, right?
Yeah.
And it
Fair,
and
valid,
it kind of when he brought it in, it was when it was in the swamp, which screws with clerical powers.
I remember that.
And she was doubting herself, because you have to remember, Chrissy didn't go to a regular, she didn't learn to be a cleric like Amaryllis did.
Spotlight.
She literally learned by herself. She didn't learn with other clerics. She had a priest that came in and helped teach her.
Right. Yeah.
So when she started not being able to overcome, not being able to use her powers in the swamp, and then her powers literally went back on her.
Yeah.
She was she lost belief in herself that she could even do it.
Yeah.
And so the percentage kind of what Brad did was that he said the percentage goes down. He's tell me when you're kind of feeling better, all right.
So he kind of kind of put the ball in your court and you just kind of explored it from there then?
Yeah.
Okay,
Because
cool,
it was like,
yeah.
he would ask, like, how's Chrissy feeling right now? And I'm like, well, she's thinking this and this and this. And he's
Right.
like, okay, so she's not really better yet, but she's getting there. And it would be like a percentile.
Some would
bias.
argue she's still not quite better. She's better, but is she better?
But you know what could help? Finding a therapist. I'm better. Hashtag not sponsored.
Use codes for 30% off.
30.
You can change therapy anytime you want.
Yeah.
I mean, better in some areas, but some things just keep making it worse.
Find the right one for you.
Yeah.
Act now to
she
complete your order.
she just got flayed. It's fine. It happens.
I was gonna say,
We've been there.
going back to Ramfred's arc, I think the huge
Flayfish.
impact that changed everything was the fact that you were able to save his dad.
Oh,
That
And that, 'cause
I
that was
used
based
luck,
on,
yeah.
and that was a hard.
that was
note to pull off.
one
Yeah.
that was one that
That
I
was like a
I,
safe scum moment.
I had asked about, did you think that would work?
I
But-
literally didn't because
No, it's and the thing is
I
that
want to give a little background on this. When I first got that power to do the stupid fucking roll, I was complaining nonstop to him and Brad. I'm like, what kind of fucking stupid ass thing is this? Who's ever gonna roll their actual level when you're a fucking low level? There's 100 fucking points on
that's
the dice.
the point of divine intervention, though. It's
I'm
supposed
like,
to be fucking
this is
difficult.
so stupid.
Because
It's
otherwise
never
we
gonna
would abuse the
work.
fuck
That's
out
the
of
most
it.
Chrissy v. Holonen thing ever.
But
like,
that's the thing is, that's why it's so difficult, because otherwise we clerics would just abuse the fuck out of it, and the game would break.
be broken. Please fix it next patch.
I was
basically.
literally complaining about it day and night.
Patch this out in the next fix.
That's so funny.
So
I'm not
I never thought it
shocked.
was gonna work.
You're like,
I
well,
told you,
here's
just try it, and you're like,
Me, every time I do, like, divine intervention, just as a try of, like, oh man, come on, maybe this time it'll work. No.
That's fine. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
what do you get, a weapon?
To be fair, my luck has saved it though.
Yeah. If you didn't have any more lucks, that would not have
Yeah.
happened. That was
Even
Chrissy-
without, though, like,
Chrissy-
early on, you didn't have it, I don't think. Like, the early time.
Chrissy
I
had
had
mentioned
luck
it.
starting out.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, that was
luck
one of my
like,
feats.
Cause a cat.
Oh, it was because one of the feats I picked. So I was like, yeah, I need luck.
You're just showing those off for free.
Yep.
Go to my
The
only.
pausies.
Yeah.
Showing that luck off for free.
You're showing that luck off for free. Damn. Go to my onlylucks.com.
Only looks.
Only pause.
Go to my
Only paws.
luckyfans.com.
There's just gonna be cat paws everywhere.
Only pause.
Only pause. Only beans.
Only beans.
Wait, hold on. That's just only fans.
Only toes.
Damn, you're giving those out for free. No, that's WikiFeed.
No. That would
no,
be only
but like
Pete's.
you had mentioned it, and I'm like, I did like a thought exercise after the last Afterbrew we had done. I'm like, how different? Because you had mentioned some things. I mean, I'm like, where would Ren be in this current game right now
If that
if
hadn't happened.
he had to kill his father,
Exactly.
which he was ready to do?
Right.
Yeah, because you and King were fighting over it.
It's like, I'm gonna have to do this. And he was ready. And like, on paper, I had it that his good ending would have been he gets to kill his father, but it's a mercy kill in some way, shape, or form. And that was before I even knew about the vampirism or anything like that.
But you were willing to kill him because of the rumors that he was a really bad dude.
I was initially like, I'm gonna get my it was initially like convoluted revenge basically and whatnot, and then it became the reason why he got kicked out of the Crimsons, which is touched upon when we go in the area with the Crimsons, when he warns
And you
like
meet those two fucking idiots.
that like literally he got
Can you narrow that
canned from the Crimsons because he started doubting.
Yeah, ran into.
Yeah, hell yeah. That he started doubting that, well, there's more to the story, but that wasn't fitting the narrative. That wasn't fitting a narrative. You guys don't know the narrative yet. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Maybe we expound upon that in some way, shape, or form. But he gets
Depending on if
ousted.
Brad comes back.
He gets ousted from the Crimsons because he started to doubt that it was that black and white. And then for him, it became less, I'm going to kill him and kill everyone to get there, and more, I need to find out what actually is fucking going on. And then he has that, this was in the game, he had that moment where he spared the guard because he realized the guard was set up by the corrupt council.
Yeah, you got information from Paul and I forgot the other
Paul
name.
and someone else that they had been like, no, actually he's not the one, he's actually running, he's actually an escapee. And literally he let the guy go, he didn't kill him, and they faked it. But then what he didn't know was he had others following him. And they bore witness to all of it, and that's why he got locked up and then sentenced to death and all that fun stuff. Not fun. So like it became more, I need to find out what the actual truth is. And once there's the truth, it was like, well, cool, I'm probably just gonna have to kill my dad. That sucks. But then we actually get there, and this is something I credit Brad for. I gave him the general descriptors of his dad. And I went, whatever is going on with him, I'm giving you the permission to do whatever. I gave him permission to do whatever is going on Evermeet, whatever is going on with his dad, corruption, whatever, you do that. So to have that moment of where you and I are about to fight this disgusting looking creature, and then it's literally, he sees Ren, and that's when he oh shit. As a player, I went, Brad, I love you. This is gonna be 10 times harder now. Because Ren has started to already take the turn of starting the process of healing. And it kind of mirrors my story when I started going to therapy as well. It's trying to find more of, it's tough, but find more of the positivity in it, of any situation. And he's like, oh, there's probably something good here. Oh, shit.
The healing, I feel, actually started with the spectral image of your mom.
Yeah.
Because she was talking, like, she wasn't talking bad about your dad.
Yeah.
And she was, you know, like, trying to kind of talk to you and kind of get through to you a little bit.
And there are reasons, again, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, that hits him so hard is because it just reminds him of what she said as a kid, when he was a kid. It's less a here's a new story. What hits him there is even in death, it's still the same story.
It didn't change.
No, it didn't change because she's not bound by, yes, she still is loving and caring and still is her, but there's like not, in my interpretation of the ethereal plane, you're not tied to your guilt. You've passed, you're at peace, you're not, so you have no reason to lie about bullshit if you're in that state and talking to someone. You have no reason to lie. And the fact that even among all that was still the story. You're right, that was the moment. And then we see that, and that starts unfolding, and I'm literally sitting here going, Brad, you're not about to actually make me cry about this moment. Like, you're not actually, because it was supposed to be a bittersweet moment. It was just supposed to be bittersweet. And then he really put the dagger in my fucking heart and went, he was corrupted. He never wanted to. And
You
I'm
told
like,
him that he did whatever.
Yeah, I did. And
the thing about it, too, is your father supposedly fought against it for so long, trying to...
That's why he was still the way he was.
Yeah.
Was that, he was fucked up. But the reason why he was that fucked up was because he kept trying to resist it. And I'm like, oh man, that's
In conclusion.
And you can tell when he did the switch, too, with his dad, because as soon as we walked into that room and that vampire shot at your dad, you got in the way.
I did. I was in the head of the character, and I went, I don't care if this is because I want answers later or because it's like, oh, maybe there was a dream here that is finally maybe possibly can be realized. Oh, wow. How is that mirroring my personal life? I was like, dude. And then, that being his dad, too, is a lot. And that was crazy. I was like, I saw what he did, and I went, fucking bravo, holy shit. And then I'm sitting here, and I'm ready. I had been, Mira can attest to this. for a couple sessions when we were leading up to the, like, I was literally telling Mira, I'm like, I'm dreading that I have to kill him now. For a while, because I generally was just like, oh, I can't wait to see what happens with his dad. And then the moment that he was revealed, I went, I'm going to dread this. I'm going to fucking dread. And I think the moment we were finishing that fight, like, I think it was the day of that session, I literally was like, I don't know how I'm going to react. I literally don't know. I know what has to happen. But I'm not happy about what has to fucking happen.
I thought you were gonna quote Star Wars.
Oh.
I'm gonna complain the whole time.
Oh, jeez. No, but it's like, I'm sitting here, I'm just like...
Kylo Ren.
Yeah. More! But no, I was like, I'm dreading this. I fucking dread this. This sucks. And then you rolled that fucking luck. And the first luck that hit, I went, there it is. And you went, I got one more luck. And I won't lie, my selfish brain was like, fucking use it, please, I swear to God.
Dude, I was so fucking desperate in that
You
moment.
were!
Because
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm like, this is gonna do so much more damage to Ren, and he's making progress. I'm like, I can't let this happen. And everybody was like, literally in the moment, everybody was arguing because you were arguing with Brad because Brad was king and he was trying to kill your dad instead.
She was like, okay, and I go to kill him. I'm like, no, you don't. No, this, and then they're arguing like, what? Like they're like, well, wait, what do we do? I don't know what the fuck's going on.
And I got desperate. I'm like, I'm just gonna use this.
Use the dumb, stupid thing that shouldn't exist in Dungeons and Dragons.
Why the fuck would anyone use this thing?
I complained for weeks
That's
about that.
so funny. I love that detail so much. And what's the thing that single-handedly changed Ren's trajectory? The dumb, stupid fucking spell.
I love how you're like, I hate this thing. Who the fuck would use it? And you've used it more than I have.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, you fucking have. It's a gambler's fallacy. It worked once and you went, it's gonna work every time.
And when it doesn't, you're like, fuck the stars.
I knew I hated
I
you.
mean,
for
I know she
reasons.
hates it, but I try to nudge her like, hey, just use it.
Try it. Yeah.
Why not?
That way you can hate it more, or
My favorite
What's
thing.
gonna happen
I don't
if we
remember
fail?
which.
Oh, you can't use it for
I don't
another day
remember
or
which
two?
time.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Exactly.
I don't remember which time it was a Suya fight. There was a time when there was a Suya fight where it started with Mira and I, and then you got in on it. We were trying to see the first who would roll 69 on the D10s.
No.
I think Suya was having like a sparring match with someone.
He was fighting the Tempest person.
Right. That's the perfect time to try to roll 69. Nice. I don't remember who won that, but
He did.
I don't even remember
no, who won in the first to 69?
I don't think before it ended, none of us got.
I don't think so. I think we got.
I don't think any of this.
I was gonna say I think we got close. And well, hold on. No, there's got to be a better way to say this.
You edged.
Oh, we edged.
Someone got to 68, and that was probably.
That was the closest. I think either 68 or 70. Honestly.
The dice edge.
The dice edged. That, not the
We
argument.
were trying for 69, we got 96 instead.
Damn it! That,
Just turn it around.
not the inter party fight, but the big fight that we had.
Which one?
The big
Skyclave?
one.
Oh, the Skyclave
siege
one?
on this.
I'm like,
the
we've
par-
had a lot of
the
big
four-part,
recent one.
the longest battle we have had. The siege on the
The
Skyclave.
Kamehameha episodes where it takes 4 episodes to get through.
It was the
Dude,
spirit
trust me, I'm
ball.
feeling
Dude,
it.
we had to give Amaryllis our energy because it took like 4 episodes to have Amaryllis die as an earth elemental.
Why?
That was, and also mind you, we got to the Skyclave 3 sessions before that because we had.
I think it was 2.
I thought it was 2.
Because we got there, and then after
Right.
we got there, we stayed the night. I talked to the guy. I tried to talk to the guy in secret, but I was fucking failing.
Yeah.
And then the next one, we were talking some more about it, because the first one was when I got Dominate Person on me.
Yeah.
And then Amaryllis was like, no, I don't want that.
Yeah.
And then,
Fuck that. Yeah.
and then,
And then you went to the library for the next session, right? And you saw
Yeah.
the statue.
mhm.
There was.
And then I got pissed about that.
We were-
And then I destroyed that. We talked to the headmaster because the headmaster threatened us, and then the end of that episode.
Brad was all like, "Hey, Artifact Amici call here. Maybe go look for them." And I'm like, "We're fucking working on it."
And then I love.
What do you think we're here for?
And then I love the like, what happens if someone just hides themselves and then they attack from the inside and then the alarm goes
We
off?
got in. How do you think that? How are you so sure no one else can get in? Ding dong, bing bong.
Yeah. I was like, shit. So
Fucking
that
late
means
for anime,
so
and
we
then
had-
run to the front.
I want you to know
You're the
that was the episode. That was
I'm the
2
person.
episodes. We had
I'm that
6
guy.
episodes, which was 3 months. We had 3 months at the Skyclave. That was a lot. Like, it was a big battle. Yeah, but I'm like,
I'm the bitch.
I was not prepared for Earth Elemental form because Brad just kind of sprung that one on me, and I'm like, oh, I guess this is what we are now.
I think you need to be given a table that you roll for those. It's like, all right.
Well, because the other times Brad was like, how are you feeling right now? And that would kind of determine what form she took.
Yeah.
This one is just like, so you're an Earth Elemental now. And I'm like,
Okay.
where was the talk?
I'm gonna
Well,
have
you've
to
been
talk.
fine.
Where was the check-in? It's been water.
The water. Now you're.
Have I been air yet?
No.
No.
Whoa. Brad, why didn't you make me air?
Or ice.
We're literally in a Skyclave.
Yeah.
Why not air?
Probably because there was a lot of earth around.
You literally just evaporated.
You know
the
what?
boat.
I think
Earth.
maybe he had a different plan than what you did because you went to go protect the library, and I think maybe he wanted you to do something to the worms.
Maybe.
Because Earth, like,
What
you
would
can
I have done?
crush them with the Earth, like.
Go underground
Yeah.
and
Those
crush.
things are big.
But Brad should have known better, even in elemental form, library.
Yeah.
Brad should also know I, as a player, am too stupid to make that call because he's all like, you can do that. And I'm like,
I feel
I
like-
don't know what to do with that. We're going to go this way.
I feel like he was trying to nudge you because he said, try and think out of the box. Like, I was like, okay.
And I've had
All
so
right,
many,
I punched the door to get into the library.
it's like I've had so many times where I'm like, Brad, Amaryllis would probably know what to do. I fucking don't. You gotta help here.
Help.
Think outside the box. I don't know how.
Where's the box?
What box do you want me to think out of right now?
Figure it out.
Chat. Hey, chat. Hey,
Chad, is this real?
hey, chat. Yeah, that
That
was.
was like there have been so many times where Brad's like, "We'll try to think of it from this way," and I'm like, "Brad, stop being cryptic and fucking tell me what to think."
Mira needs to just be.
That
told,
way I can gauge
"Are you
whether I
feeling
wanna do
this?"
that or
Like,
not.
when I DM, that's
Give me
why
an
I ask.
idea.
Just I approach people different ways. I go to Mira. And go, how are you feeling? Are you feeling like this? You feeling like this? Cool. Would you want this or this? What do you feel? Is there any other options? Cool. You do that. Awesome.
Now, what you can do with that is
Hey, Brad, I know you're listening. Now you know. Now you know. No, I see. Again, I wish Brad was here because I had so many questions about how he had that fight set up.
But that's the thing is, like,
And,
I've had to do that with our game, too, because it's like, there are times when, like, my gunslinger will have, like, choices that she's got to make,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting here like, look, she would know. I don't fucking know what to do right now. What
Yeah.
should I be doing? And Greg will have to be like, okay, so, what do you want to say? Like, what is the goal you're trying to achieve?
What's the general
here?
goal that your character wants to convey? It's like, well, I want to achieve this. It's like, okay, so you would maybe think this. Would you think more this way? Kind of help craft it so that way
Yeah.
it's still Mira's choices,
'Cause my
but
brain
it helps
works-
put the ideas in her brain, right?
The
It's
hinge
like,
in my brain doesn't work as quickly as other people's do. Mine is
Mira
like
has
repeatedly
readily-
stuck in a.
Mira has readily told me you cannot actually. Here's a fun fact. Mira has said you cannot theater of the mind.
I can't.
You cannot theater of the mind at all. And you chose Dungeons and Dragons to be hyper fixated on.
It's fun. Though.
I mean, it is fun. It is so much
To
fun.
be
but-
fair, D&D has math, and I hate math.
That's true.
You feel like
I
this,
too hate math.
and you feel like, how do you feel like?
Hmm?
When you ask you like, how do you feel about this? You feel like this, and then he'll be like, okay, can you take another character sheet for me?
Can you roll 4d6s? Take away the lowest.
Yeah, I need you to do that for me after that decision making.
Well, hope you enjoyed.
It's fine.
Yeah, roll me some.
My gunslinger technically died once already. This
That is
fine.
true. That is true. That was-
Nah, at least his shadow's still alive.
That's true. We came up with that character years before Persona.
That was like
5.
the first year I was out here.
First year you were out here, we created that character for the concept of that
Like
game.
after I had
that
moved out
gunslinger.
here.
The
Because
gunslinger.
you were still taking classes for your pump.
When I was on the pump, yeah.
And while you were taking the classes, I like waited out in the lobby and was like writing in my notebook.
A twin
that whole thing.
who their
Penis pump?
yes, a Swedish-made penis enlarger pump. That kind of thing is my bag, baby. One book. But no, you came up with that character in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And then Persona 5 Royal happened, and you're
Oh.
like, great,
And I'm
everyone's
like, cool.
gonna think I stole it from this, and it's all.
And
No, I can
didn't.
attest. You wrote this character in 2018.
I was like,
What's
I
his name?
still
Joker.
no.
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 Did she have red hair?
Yeah.
No.
No, I know. They're blonde.
No, I mean, but like no one else does. Like
No,
you,
yeah.
you know. Does she have
But
red
no.
hair? No.
Yeah, you can grab
And
the
also
character
the twin that she thought she was a different gender.
Yeah.
So ha.
But no, I like I said, I wish Brad was here because there's so many, as a fellow DM, questions I have about how he, the logistics of how he did that. I know there were some things we were privy to, like we were helping him decide how many rounds before we swap back to the next group and stuff like that. But I was just like, all right, how many different layers of shit you got going on in the background? Who all is involved here? What all, and then my other one would have been like, what all could we have if we survived a little bit longer? What all could we have seen? Like, it's very clear that was a set to fail situation, right? Like, that's the point we're supposed to get to Faye in some way, shape, or form. But I'm like curious as like how much more could we have seen?
Baby's
A
not
lot
take
more.
on.
Always a lot more.
There's so much more, but like I'm genuinely curious as like what else did we have? Because what did we miss out on? Right? It's like, what did we miss out on because Amarillo stayed up? What did we miss out on because we went a different direction than where all the fighting was happening? Right?
I'm still hung up at the fact that we missed out on the Black Dragon's horde because we didn't loot. Because every dragon has a horde.
But he wasn't a real dragon.
I know, but he said that there was a horde, but you didn't.
Every dragon has a horde.
Yeah. that was the Black Death, right?
Yeah, that was that mage that used to work for apprentice for.
I
Cert.
feel like
That's why if we ever
find ourselves down there or find
with a
Is that
dragon,
the one I shit
not
talk?
down there, but like another dragon.
Is that the one I shit talk?
That's the one you crushed his heart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was
I was
cool.
like,
That was
what's
rad.
what was the
You want to
one
talk
I
about
was,
baller
like,
moment?
coward?
Is Amarillo's
Was
crushing
the
the
one that
heart.
you
Yeah.
Shit talk. That was an actual dragon. So Cassandra was the one that you did not get along with because that was Michiko's enemy.
Because I was like,
Oh,
oh yeah,
percent,
running away
yeah.
like a coward. I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah.
The other
Slow
one
down
used to
there,
be a
girl.
human, and he was revived by Tiamat because Hizir tried to kill him for him experimenting on people she didn't approve of.
I just remember like me gut punch like saying that, and I'm like, whoa, slow down.
Well, because I remember because Brad said you did miss out on some treasure because you didn't explore. I'm like,
He didn't go
fuck.
back. But it was.
You can always go
in
back.
the position, it was hard to because she was unconscious, I was unconscious, and
She
Yeah,
was
because
unconscious.
once I came out
We
of that,
thought
I kinda
you were
went down.
dead.
yeah.
I'm dealing with Elistray, and to be fair, in character, yes, loot is great, but your girl just went down, like, horribly. She's charred.
Listen,
And it's
character
like-
is all like, yes, focus on her. Player is like, but
Player's
the
like,
loot, though.
the loot!
The loot, brother.
The loot, brother!
'Cause I think it was when Suyu was carrying me, he actually carried me to you, and he asked you to do something. And because the clerics that had come to try and, because they had a status on me, and they came to try and intercept where I was going, and then they met us there. So the clerics were trying to pour their magic, but it wasn't doing anything, and that activated your primal thing. And then your blue magic just bounced around everybody and went into Chrissy.
And then I
kind
got
of-
to control weak NPCs, and I was having the time of my life.
You were kind of controlling Chrissy, and you were kind of controlling the other people too.
But I kind of only was able to control what they're doing, and I'm like,
I will not
don't
forget,
really know what the fuck
we
I'm
stepped
doing
away
with
from a
them.
break, and I remember you kind of being pissed. You're like,
Well, because I was it was never communicated with me that was
my girl,
happening,
and I'm
so
like,
I'm just like, what
and
am I
I'm
even
meanwhile,
doing at the table right now?
meanwhile, I'm the optimist going, yeah, you get to try out other characters. Yeah, see what
But
they got to do, right?
they had a total of maybe 2 or 3 things they could do. They were very, very, very low level, and I'm like, cool.
To be
so
fair,
they're gonna do 1 point of damage, or they're gonna throw a very tiny potion at somebody.
To be fair, when I play Final Fantasy XIV and I got to play as another character, I irrationally get angry too. So like, it doesn't matter who it is. I'm like, this isn't my class. Stop.
It would have been one thing if Brad was like, hey, so just so you know, Amaryllis is gonna get sidelined for a little bit. I would have been like, okay, fine, whatever.
Sidelined.
But like that was all sprung on me, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing right
I
now?
kind of think because if the shield had worn off and you had gotten hit, it probably would have broken the primal thing that you had on. But I think it was like
Brad didn't communicate any of that with me, so fuck if I know.
It's kind of like you find out what it is, because we still don't know what that orb does or how it activates.
Orb. Shouts out to Orb.
I don't know, but every time I speak primordial, things happen, and
Oh, the Fushigi! Yo! Now I'm just imagining
I
Suya.
absorbed the Fushigi.
Now I'm just imagining.
That makes your nose bleed.
Now I'm just imagining Suya and Ren like getting like round rocks and just Fushigiing.
Shove it up your nose.
That's how they calm down after
Get
the
stuck
argument
up
with
there.
Chrissy. Is they
Like a
just
marble?
both take turns doing Fushigi.
Like those kids that
Yo, check.
shove rocks up their
Yo,
nose.
look at this!
Like,
Look
oh,
at this
get
shit,
it
yo! Shredding the D&D equivalent to ska punk while playing with Fushigi.
But no, like, I know nothing about what that fucking thing does, but I know when I speak primordial, I bleed from everything in my face.
We've all done it.
We've all done
Have we?
Happens to the best of us, yeah.
But it comes in a lot of. It comes
Does
in
it
clutch.
happen to the
It
best? The best, the best.
That just happens the rest of the Afterbrew. It's just you saying that.
I think the more that you use it, though, the more control you kind of have over it.
It also takes more of a physical toll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've texted Brad, I'm just like, okay, these are, like, one of the times that Amaryllis communed with Mishakal, one of the questions I got asked was, will this hurt me the more times I use it? And the answer she got was yes.
Yeah. Oof.
So it's like, she's aware this could get really bad, but if it's going to be a thing that gets them out of a situation, she's going to do it.
I mean, now she made a deal with a
big giant whale.
You can whale.
I made a deal with Monstro.
I mean,
For Pinocchio.
Give me back Pinocchio, you monster.
God, I hate being in Monstro.
not to give you more anxiety, but it takes every time you use primal form, you lose 1/4 of your lifespan. So.
Alright.
Fuck it, we ball.
I've used it at least twice now.
So you're halfway there.
Yeah.
Halfway for the halfway.
Well, that would be 3 because she's been 3 elementals.
You're at 3/4.
Shit.
Ooh, you die in a month. Got it.
The secret 4th one.
Good thing your last birthday
But
was
if-
good.
Damn.
But the next time you do it is when you actually achieve immortality.
He's like,
She
I'm a
ascends
god.
into the new Mishaka.
Hey, maybe. That
The
would be
way-
the first time that's ever happened.
Manifesting.
I just sitting there thinking,
Saint
what would be Ren's
Saint
way of
Keith.
ascending to eternalness? And I'm all, it's his equivalent to learning how to play a Tool song. He becomes a Tool fan, and now he is eternal.
Once you play through the Fire and Flames on
Guitar Hero, on expert,
with 0
100%.
mistakes,
That's when he ascends.
then you got it.
That's when Lyra's all, you fucking did it, boy. Let's go.
No, like cheesing it or anything. It's just straight
you
up like
actually
you are
shred
playing
it.
that
Yeah.
thing. When you do that, you will ascend into godhood.
Hell yeah.
You have to play it on a screwdriver that's connected to
Oh
the Xbox.
God!
You gotta play it on Xbox, but you only
You gotta
have
play it with a fidget spinner.
you gotta play it on an Xbox, but you only have a PlayStation controller.
Russ, what are the buttons for our Xbox?
A, B, and X, Y.
Okay, A, B. Press A. Which one's A?
Which A is this?
I'm so used to triangle. Where's triangle?
Yeah, that fight though was crazy. I think that was like the most intricate he's had. Because the others have been like big but straightforward, right? That was like a lot of moving
There was
pieces.
just so much going on.
It was cool, but it's like, as someone who's also done a battle like that where there was a lot of moving pieces, I'm like, let me pick your brain for a moment. It's
I was feeling a little desperate. My spells were out.
yeah.
What you dad doing?
What do Liam doing?
You guys don't need.
And then, yeah, I had the joke question of, are we still friends, which was funny. But it's like, I know there's a lot of other moments. I don't know if there's any others that come to mind for you guys or whatnot.
There's tons. There's so much.
There's so much. It's like we could just do.
We'd be here until 2 a.m.
We would, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like.
I guess we could technically.
I watch all the episodes and like sometimes I refresh on some of the episodes.
Yeah.
So I have a long library of.
I guess
like,
it also
depends.
guess it also.
Lore-keeper.
I guess it also depends on where you're at in the comic too, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, what has been? I guess the question I've got for you. What has been your favorite thing to adapt into the comic so far for where you're at? Even if there's been not as much progress, regardless. It's like, what has been your favorite thing to put into comic form?
Well, right now it's I'm mostly working on the script because the script was the most important.
The scripting of it, yeah.
Because I had been drawing and then I was like, oh, this is getting tough because I'm
You're
not
trying to script
scripting
it.
enough. Yeah,
She's
I'm not
also got to
scripting
she's also got to sift through what's actual comments that
Yeah.
our characters are making versus
It's
us
a
yelling
long
at
thing.
Brad.
I actually have to have like something that's writing it down as it's going along because I do it because I put it like on my iPad and it texts what everybody's saying and sometimes it doesn't make fucking sense and I'm like
There's like 5 people talking at the same time. Like, holy shit.
So I'm trying to hear it.
Overlapping conversation.
Intelligible is what it is.
Crossfade. Shit.
But I actually, even though I haven't, my favorite would be Viholan. And I know this sounds like it's kind of like just because it's my stuff, but it's.
But that's your baby though.
No, not because of that. It's because this is where Ren, he gets his tattoo.
Yes.
He goes to
the tattoo.
Because I like the idea of this magical place that like you have something in mind and it gets like put onto your skin. And I was like, oh, that's a really neat idea. And then
I remember in game when Brad described that, I was like, oh, that's so cool. I wish it was that easy.
And then like I was just kind of all of the things that we didn't get to experience in other towns and stuff like that. Because I liked right before we got to Viholan when Chrissy kind of, went to hide her appearance and the only one that caught on was Ren.
Yeah.
He was like, I kind of get why she's doing this, but I'm going to just watch.
Yeah.
And then like when we approached the gate and stuff like that, we got in and then we stayed at that manor.
That's right.
Yeah, and then from that manor, Ren goes to the brothel.
That's right. His dick solved another mystery.
So this
My
is
dick solved-
this is why the Viholanen thing is my favorite because this all takes place at Viholanen.
Oh, my dick solving the mysteries
Yeah.
in Viholan.
Yeah, that's where it was.
Oh, that's so good.
Because it was right
That's where
before
your
we
dick
got to
was, solving a mystery.
it was right as we got through the gate. We went to the manor and we stayed there a few days.
That's
And then we went to the castle, but as we were staying at the manor, you went to the brothel.
I was
and then,
horny on man.
And then we were looking for you.
Business
and
as
we're
usual.
like, and I'm like, where the hell were you? And I got in a fight while I was started arguing with the succubus, and then they were like,
My favorite studio moment is why are there two
why
of you?
are there
Two of you.
And then
I
like Brad,
remember that. It
and then
was
Brad being
so
like,
good.
Amaryllis doesn't really have those types of feelings, so you just see your family. And I'm like, oh.
I just
This
saw
is
my
weird.
God.
This is weird.
I'm like, hey, yo, no.
I feel uncomfortable right now.
You saw Lilyrina or something like that.
Because that's what sobered him out of his crush on Chrissy. Because he realized, oh, it's because of Lily. Oh, she's a lot like Lily.
I want to
That's
ask you a
what-
question. How is Chrissy like Lily? Because she,
Oh,
she doesn't.
God.
Hold on. But in the context, like
Are we
maybe
ready
I could
for
see
this?
attitude, but in the way that she does things, she's never once done anything selfish. Even though she jumps headfirst into stuff, she's always done it for other people. It never really benefits her.
I only laugh because of things he's told me as of recently.
Oh.
So I'm just like, we've had
all
this
I will
conversation,
say-
I think.
So I'm kind of.
All I can say
Say it.
is
Put it on the table.
the current Lily is completely different than the Lily he fell in love with. Completely different. Who she was when they met 10 well, it would be 11 now because they've had a year plus that this party's been together.
I think it's been like 7 months.
God, have we really been together that
But
long?
like a birthday has happened, so but like and then he was wandering around for a prolonged period of time.
5 years have gone by.
Yeah. But
We felt the stress of 5 years go by. It's only been 7 months.
October was
We've
the longest.
aged 10 years.
October has been the longest 5 years of my life. It's something that we.
September has yet to end.
True.
We already woke the guy from Green Day up. September's
Damn
over.
it! September's over. No, because the Lily you have seen, that's the one that he broke up with. The one that basically became everything she said she would never become. She was, yes, a lot like Chrissy in back in the day. What I can say is, she was stubborn. She was... What's the kind way to say this?
Bitchy? Just say.
Full of herself. But not for bad reason. She knew that she had the ability behind the confidence that she had. But back in the day, before what happened to her and what corrupted her, she was doing it for a better good.
Before she became a furry.
Before she became a furry.
Oh, God.
She was doing it for the better good because there's a whole backstory as to how she ends up at the Crimsons. That ties into what the corrupt Council of Evermeet was doing with the destruction of half-elven villages and everything like that. And she had basically lost everything and stumbled her way into the city around the same time Ren had stumbled his way and was starting in the Crimsons as a lackey nobody. And the reason why they bonded was they came from humble beginnings. Ha 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 ha. But
Stop
like,
me if you've heard this before.
they had both seemingly had lost everything.
Don't stop. I haven't heard.
Yeah, right. But keeping it as vague as possible, she was doing all of her crazy shit for the greater good, helping people,
good.
fighting against people that were trying to slaughter innocent
So why is
people.
that a bad thing, though? Because you talk of it like out of spite. So if it was for good things, why
Well,
is
that's
it
the
bad?
thing, is like she started off that way.
Because
So which one does Chrissy remind you of then? Is it the past one or the one that is now? Because the one that is now is terrible.
where we're at in
Yes?
the campaign, he doesn't know anymore. For the longest while, when he was making that comparison, it was the one of the past. But in that last argument that we had, that's why he's like, I don't know if we're friends right now. Because he doesn't know. He doesn't know what version he's reminding him of. Which is scaring the shit out of him. Which is why he's terrified and starting to put that wall back up. Because it's like...
Because he remembered how it ended.
He remembers how it ended, which was him getting put to death. But up until that point, it was the one of the past. But when he saw it was Lily there, he went, alright, I need to let go of some shit. At the succubus. It's like, alright, I need to let go of some shit. It's why he's talked about, like, and it's been, like, hinted at for reasons that he hasn't gone into full detail about, but it's the, like, there has been touches of, like, you're like the good timeline of her, where she stayed that way. Because she was doing crazy shit for a greater good, and then power corrupts. And then
became less of that.
became a bitch, like, and started going against the Crimsons and turning the Crimsons into what we ended up seeing. In fact, it was a lot of shell shock for Ren when they were back down in that town, because see, that's why he had such a strong reaction to, oh, we deal in slave trade now, because no, we fucking didn't. We were killing people who were slavers to free slaves. That's what we were doing. And now you're, okay, that's fucking cool. You talk about that. Wow, I dodged a bullet, right? But that's why he had like such a strong reaction to all of that. Is that like, you have literally become everything you were fighting against. And then when it was revealed that there was the Rakshasa that was doing that, it was like, oh, this explains everything. This is cool. This is cool. He assumed, and mind you, I never gave Brad anything about this. I just said that she got power and then became power hungry and then she became evil. That's literally all I gave Brad. And then he inserted king into that, and I went, oh, that's actually kind of perfect.
Oh, damn, she's a furry now.
Oh, damn.
Shit.
Maybe he's a hot tiger. I don't know. It's not for me, but
All I can think of is Tony the Tiger.
you know what? I mean, we started calling him Tony. You know the part I'm dreading the most though about drawing.
Hot is not the thing that comes to my mind when I think Tony the
This
Tiger.
is not something I even want to admit, but I mean, you're gonna have to find out when I'm drawing. I had to download book
Furry
PDFs.
porn.
No, I had to download book PDFs on how to draw furries. Because I'm like, I never thought this would actually happen
All
to
the
me.
things we do for the things we love.
And I'm like, I hate this.
You want to know what, Chrissy? You want to know
So
what?
yeah, you can't
you wanna-
watch.
You want to know what we said?
I don't wanna.
Do you want to know what we call this in the industry? Doing it for the love of the game,
Yeah.
baby. Do it for the love of the game, baby.
Because
You know,
I
no,
downloaded it
you know,
and I was
it's
like,
time to play the
I hate
game.
myself.
It's time to play the game.
You know what we call that? Art.
Yeah.
But I mean, Lilyrina, we've met her, not her past self, but we've
No.
met her, and I don't
it's-
really see the comparison because she's evil,
When-
pretty
when-
much.
Pretty much.
She
So
didn't
you
start
just
that
needed to
way.
end the sentence that she's evil.
But she didn't start that
But
way.
what
that's
the thing he was hung up on with Chrissy is that it was reminding him of a Lilyrina of the past. And then there was
Started
progress
with
with
that
Chrissy, and then now he's scared. Now he's
Mom, pick
he's
me
been
up, I'm scared.
he's been locked in a cell.
You just call Amaryllis's mom, pick me up, I'm scared.
Mom, pick me up. I'm scared. Dad, you're never me. Dad, pick me up. But with how that argument went, that's why it immediately went ugly quick for Ren, because it was the snapping of like, I'm not gonna do this a second time. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And it's like,
Fool me
but
3 times,
it's-
you're just that guy.
You're just like, but it's funny because like I know he knows deep down that's not the case, but the state that he was already in there, oh man, it is thanks to Chrissy even yelling at someone when we were in those cages and me succeeding on a wisdom saving throw that he didn't just completely disassociate that entire 5 days. That like saved that would have made that whole thing 10 times weirder because he would not be there. He wasn't gonna be there. But
But am I annoying? Bro!
yeah, basically.
Like, what the
Bro, I'm dead.
But yeah, we ended
Because
episode
Amaryllis wasn't
84.
contributing to any of that shit.
We ended episode
Like,
84
can I
on
wake
a
up?
on an
Harder, I guess.
we ended episode 84 on an interesting note, to say the least. That was I'm not gonna lie, that was really good. That was
I technically did blood magic. Woohoo!
You did, technically. That was really good and really tense, and
That's the most clever I will ever be.
just
You actually
fact
did
that that
think
worked.
outside of the box with that.
that was like
fact that
I don't
worked.
have a holy symbol, but I gotta fucking do something.
Because I was like,
But
doesn't
I
it
can
need to be
bleed.
something that you made? And Brad's like, no, it could be that. I'm like, okay.
As long as
Well,
it's
because
done
I was
with good
reading it and it's like it
intention,
just
yeah.
says a medium. It doesn't say what kind. It could be a wood carving. It could be something engraved in like your clothes or something. And I'm like, I mean, I can draw it in blood. It's coming from me with a good intention.
That's pretty metal.
Yo, that was
I was
metal.
like,
that was metal.
Because like our
Fuck,
hands are
dude.
bound right now, so
Yeah.
I'm limited in what I can do. I can't really like it's not like a dirt ground. I can't like draw the symbol in the ground. So I'm just like, what the fuck can I do?
You can't fucking
just
full
fucking
metal.
bite my finger and like draw an infinity symbol on my arm.
You can't fucking Full Metal Alchemist draw the alchemist symbol in the ground.
The Cannibal
Or
Corpse is
watch me.
expensive.
Or watch me.
Yeah.
Give me some chalk and I could.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, like I was just sitting
Chalk
there
it
like
up to good memory.
I was like, it doesn't say a certain medium it has to be. So I'm just like, I don't
Can it
fucking
be
know.
blood? And I was
Blood?
like, fuck it, why not? Yeah.
All it says is you have to have like
Blood magic. Yeah.
faith in what you're doing,
Yeah.
Calm magic, fuck it.
and then use whatever medium you have. And
No,
I'm
that's
just like,
right.
cool. So I can just bleed then. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But if it does, fuck yeah.
I'll bleed for my god.
Literally.
I will. No.
I did.
You're like, I will come for my cup.
Oh my god.
I was just like, I won't. Nope.
I already knew what you were going to say.
I pulled the eject button on that one.
I'm
Stop.
sure you-
Stop.
I'm sure you did.
Stop.
In the skyclave, your god will come
You
for you.
ejaculated.
So you caught it, it's fine.
I wish.
Hey, yo.
Go back to your body pillow.
I don't like, I mean, he's hot, but I don't like my sky daddy that way.
Name it says Sky Daddy. I don't think of my Sky Daddy like that. Like, what?
I'm just gonna embroider this. No, I'm gonna take that body pillow now and just embroider Sky Daddy on the top of it.
Hey,
Just
yo.
above his head, Sky Daddy.
Holy fucking shit, that's good.
But I'll like embroider it
Imagine
with
somebody
white
in
thread
church.
so you can't see it.
I don't think of Christ Daddy like that.
Hey, what do you think of Sky Daddy? He's pretty cool. They just
The
give you a
big
card.
daddy in the sky.
Oh, Daddy.
Our daddy who art in
Heaven. Discord be thy name.
My kingdom
Thirsty,
come.
thirsty be my name.
Oh. Jesus
fucking
technically died
dehydrated.
for this conversation right now.
She's fucking
I want you to
dehydrated
know.
down
you go.
here.
Forgive us, Daddy. We've sinned. We've been blasphemous.
It's the meme image of forgiveness stopped.
Forgiveness.
Pretty much.
Ceased.
He left
Prepare a
the
smite.
God left the chat.
Sky
Yeah.
daddy left the chat.
Chad, are we cooked?
I gotta. There's a reaction image in here that I gotta find.
Congregation, are we cooked?
Congregation, are we cooked?
Referring to your congregation like Twitch chat. Yo, congregation, is this real? Is this real congregation? Oh man.
Is this real clergy?
Is this real clergy? Yo, yeah, that's good.
Praise it and blaze it.
Hell yeah. I loved the year Easter was on 420.
Yep.
That was so funny.
There's the one I'm thinking of. Start the rapture.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Start the
Hold on. Yeah,
Start the rapture.
Start the rapture. You know what?
That's
yeah,
the
I'm
image
gonna
I
do
have.
it. I'm gonna do a rapture. Oh man, you could probably be here for hours, honestly.
The phone that he has is the
Gospel music stops is another one.
Gospel music stops. Gospel music stops. And you know the gospel music never stops.
The derpy ass face too.
Oh man. Oh.
Jesus Christ! Don't bring me into this.
Hey, look, that's a sticker.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a sticker.
Yeah, that one immediately fell off in the bathroom because
Oh, really?
the steam from the shower
Yeah.
just made
Yeah.
it lose adhesive.
I was be like, is there
The
any
only
more?
one that's still hanging up right now is the one by his desk.
Oh, really?
That one has
Because the
stayed
Jesus
the entire
Christ
time.
one, the Jesus Christ one finally fell off.
Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
think
no.
I think it was when you moved your desk to the other way.
I don't remember. Something happened and it fell off. I'm like,
Right,
no. And I tried to stick it back on the wall and it didn't.
I randomly remembered your first kiss was still Parm.
If there was one thing I could retcon, it would be that. Because that made me IRL feel really
But you
uncomfortable.
love cheese, so Parmesan. Mwah.
But she was a bitch.
True.
And I didn't like her. And also Amaryllis isn't like that.
I just love how Ren is like, oh
I thought
yeah,
a kiss was a
also
piece of cake.
What?
I said you thought kissing was eating cake or something.
no, it's like I love Ren's like, oh maybe I'll find you at the brothel later, and literally going, let's get the fuck out of here.
Literally,
Let's get as far away from here as possible.
Amaryllis is like the only character that's like straight as possible. Everyone else is like either ace or like a flavor of queer off the side.
Very.
She's just like very straight.
Well,
So just Parm doing that, it was just like, no, it's not what she's into.
Chrissy did kiss that woman, then she gave her mushrooms mouth to mouth because she was trying to distract her.
when Ren fumbled and she grabbed the lady and kissed her. Do you remember that? Inside that gross dude's mansion with the party and the gift.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
I didn't think I was actually ever going to be able to properly use that gimp suit, and then we were
I was
invited to
not
that
there.
party, and I'm like, my favorite part about that episode
I
is
made a choice.
literally
not to
that
go in there.
goes, that moment went an hour and a half, in a 3-hour episode, and I'm all, and everyone else is just in the library,
I was
you
just saying,
know.
literally, I moved away from the table. I was just relaxing on the couch while this is all going on. I'm like, I made.
We had a
choice. That choice
sexcapated
was
fuck
not
mountain,
going there.
and then
Oh, I had to sit on that gross guy.
it literally was Dom Carnero coded, like oh man, I was uncomfortable for you, and I'm all. Normally I'm like, Chrissy's got this. That was one of the few times I went, I don't know if she's got this. Oh man, Brad is
Send
really
help.
testing her right now. Blink twice. Help.
What happens if you blink more than twice?
She's having a stroke.
Get me the fuck out!
And then we finally get past the thing, and that dude's hitting on Suya.
Oh yeah. And then wasn't it we returned back into the main area, and then he hit on him again?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
hitting on him, yep. And Suya was just kind of like guarding the door, like, yeah, I'm gonna distract them, I guess.
Yeah.
And,
God, I'm so glad I didn't go now.
Everyone else
And
was
then
too
you
innocent
fucking
for that.
She would have shut down, bro.
It's just so funny because you fail your stealth in the weirdest moments.
I do.
Why is a child at this point?
I was doing so well too, and then I not just failed. That was horrible.
And then Brad's like, oh, she something about she might call the guard. And I'm like, start flirting with her and I kiss her, give her a mushroom. I'm like, oh god, what did I do?
What have I done?
And then
You rocked the whole world, like.
I'm just like, wait. Did me and Sadie get together before that?
You've at least tried before that.
What?
Did me and Sadie get together before
Because that was.
Before what?
That was before Evermeet, but after.
There was a time when y'all.
That was the
Yeah.
in between.
Bad.
That was.
after Zog?
Yes. Because Zog was leading to.
So
the
that was after
castle.
Celeste and everything, right?
We had Celeste, and then after that, we went to the city where the Crimsons were, and then the Crimsons gave us the information where his father was, which was Evermeet, and then it was on our way to Evermeet, I think, because that's when we found the Tiefling boy, right?
Yeah. Okay, so right before that is when we had gotten together.
So yeah,
And you gave him the buff to try and like
Oh, I remember that.
up his charisma.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, you gave him.
basically gave me
What?
guidance.
We're
You
at a
gave me
bar.
guidance.
Yeah.
We were in a
forgot
bar.
what the fuck I did.
Yeah, we were in a bar and he was kind of drunk and he went to kiss Chrissy and Chrissy moved and you guys were like, are they kind of like, do they like each other? Because Chrissy keeps like moving away
Yeah,
from
it's
him.
like I don't think that's going well.
And I went like, you're drunk. And then she kind of got up and she decided she was going to go. She's like, I've had enough for tonight. And then you guys are like, go. And you're like, I'll give you a buff. And you buff his
No.
charisma so he gets up and he goes out.
Oh, it
That's
must
when
have been
he
like
confessed.
enhanceability or
Yeah.
Yeah,
something.
something like that.
You want to know the craziest part is
Because
that
that lasts for like, what, an hour?
I think
if
so.
I was the troll DM, I would have been like, yeah, enhanceability. He's still at disadvantage because he's drunk, but he does have an enhanceability though.
But then it's a straight roll.
So then it's straight.
Yeah,
up.
straight roll.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a better chance than a disadvantage.
that's true. That is very true.
That could have been a nat 20.
The funniest thing, by the way, for very recent episodes, watching from the moment we get to the island of the Skyclave to when we finished the last episode 84, how drastically my hair had grown
Oh, yeah.
from because we're recording this in August. Time travel.
God damn, I wish.
We're recording this in October. This comes out first weekend of November.
It's like mid-October right now.
It's mid-October right now. Episode 84 is about to be released this coming Sunday. That's the timeline of everything right now.
Release at Halloween. It's a scary episode.
It really is. But it
Play as
was...
much of the Halloween theme that we can get without getting copyright strike.
2 seconds.
And we're done.
Yeah, it's just the... But,
And that's it.
where the fuck was I even going? I completely lost my train of thought.
From the start to the end.
So the start to the
How
end,
long your hair had grown.
it was literally like just peeking out of the hat. And then at the end, it's here. And I'm all, we have been here for way too long.
I mean, while my hair got shorter because it was longer and then I had it cut. And it was just like, well.
We had aged 5 years in that 4 months. There's a lot that's
I
This
feel
happened.
one
that.
fight
Yeah,
was
and-
the longest 4 months of our lives.
Right?
Yeah, that was.
Oh my god, that just reminds me when you said Evermeet. Are you okay?
I think May, if anyone wants to know right now, May is dying right now, but apparently isn't.
She gave a thumbs up.
Yeah, she gave a thumbs up. She's good.
That's good.
The Waverns when I didn't listen and we took the hippogriff anyway.
Wasn't that when Brad went, no, fuck you?
Yeah, because I was like, oh, well, I don't see anything around here, so I'm going to take the hippogriff.
Oh, yeah, we had the wyverns,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and literally, I love how after that wyvern fight, we get down and literally everyone went, why were you in the air? And you're like, I thought we could outrun them.
Wait, no, we were all in the air, but you guys jumped ship, but I had the boots on, so I couldn't fall. And they were just fucking killing me.
Right.
So we were all in the
Right,
hippogriff,
and we
and you
didn't
guys...
have those.
No, you guys jumped into the tree because the treetops were there.
I'm saying though we didn't have the boots, so it's not
Yeah.
like we're gonna have a graceful fall down.
I couldnn't jump down, and the wyverns were just fucking getting me.
Wrecking
And then Zia, he got her up and he kept trying, and it wasn't until I fell unconscious that I started falling.
That's right, yeah. And it's like, well, we gotta get her now.
I mean, what were we gonna do? It's not like we can glide down.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys jumped into the trees. Is what it was, and then you guys.
Yeah,
went
ren
down.
like acrobatics or something
That's the
like
thing
that.
though, is like if we got knocked to the ground, it's not like we're gonna be all graceful as we fall. We
Yeah,
better
if you got
jump.
knocked to the ground.
We better jump on our own free will so we can at least try to land in the tree.
I went back and I was watching that episode where the big toad things. That thing up there, the one with the tongue and the tentacles. Yeah,
The Froggy Myth, yeah.
When I yelled out because I was trying to protect the town and I was trying to get their attention, all the frog warrior things, and then the Froggy Myth, we were with Celeste, and we had the other halfling girl with us.
Oh, that's
and it was
right.
you and Sia and me, and you guys went on his eagle because I got all of their attention, and you guys like, what did you do? And I was like, I got their attention, don't I? So we all sped off. You went with Suna the opposite way to the town with the halfling girl, and the frog Hemoth followed you.
I was gonna say, wasn't there a moment when we like were hiding in tall grass and I was like trying to keep her quiet and try not to scream at the same time?
And I had used status on you, and I saw that something was wrong, and so we were racing back.
Her stress levels are high.
And Sia and you were just like trying to plan on how you're gonna attack.
Yeah.
And then
We're like quietly doing hand signals.
And then,
that was good.
And then he's like, well, I'm gonna drop down, and then you're like, and I'll use assassinate, and you're like, so you try to drop down first with the assassinate, and you're like, no, wait, we have to do this the opposite way because I'll still get the upper hand on him. So then he jumps down and you do that, and I try and jump down, and I'm just fucking floating. That's
right.
We didn't think this through.
Oh, that's right. That was so
hard to try and save her. And then the frog Hemoth attacks you and I, and we both get caught in the tentacles, but you rolled out of it.
Okay.
And then the thing has me in its fucking tongue, and you're like, well, I hope you enjoy that. And I'm like,
we had to get out of there.
Because Chrissy's favorite terrain is being incapacitated.
I was gonna say tongue, but
No.
Yeah. It had me in its weird slimy tentacles in
It's
its
not your
tongue.
favorite terrain, though. No.
Oh,
That's
man.
prison.
That's prison.
Prison is.
Oh,
I
your
think
guys' favorite fucking episode.
That is still to this day.
I didn't say it was mine.
You
It's mine
all
and Suya's.
laughed at me for that
It's
one.
mine. It's
I
mine and
didn't.
Suya. The episode.
You were laughing
Was
when
it
they played the clown music or whatever the fuck, and they
Yeah,
put me in the
me as a
stocks.
person laughed. Amaryllis didn't. She felt bad. She was like, no, come on. Get her out
was
of
the
there.
funniest
Give
shit.
her food.
It's
She's
funny
hungry.
because if I'm
When they
Suya,
play her, I'm like,
because Suya, if I'm remembering correctly,
because you went to the bathroom.
Brad, you had went to the bathroom.
Yeah, and then
Brad
he
found
went
that
to-
song on accident like a session earlier, right?
Which one?
The
Clown music when Chrissy was
When
arrested.
Chrissy was,
when she was, when they brought her out to
when they
throw
were
the
throwing
tomatoes.
food at her.
He had found that song like earlier that day.
Yeah.
Because we were just trying to go through
It was either earlier
royalty-free
that
music.
day or that moment that he
Because
accidentally
we were
found
going,
it.
we were
One of the
going
two.
through, we were going through royalty-free music because he's trying to find like more lighthearted music, and he found that when we were in setup. And Suya and I were like, "Oh my fucking god, that's so funny!" So then you go to the bathroom before that moment, and Suya and I look, and we're like, "Brad, bring up the clown music,
Summon the clowns.
summon the clowns." And then he walked out, and we hit play, and he hits play.
And you were like, God damn it.
And his super over-the-top, like, description of that event, and I'm like, oh.
I was gonna say, me as a player, I was laughing. Amaryllis was not laughing.
Player and
The
character
boys, though,
angry.
were like,
oh,
ha ha ha,
that was
take this.
that was one of the funniest things. That was so good.
Take that, idiot.
Exactly.
Dude,
Loser,
that
you're a
fucking
loser.
I didn't even
Amaryllis
kill
was all
anybody. You literally killed some random dude because what happened? And I'm the one that fucking got thrown in jail. You know what? You went to kill me because I attacked your mom because that Faye thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was a note Brad passed to me, by the way. So I had to attack because I felt something was wrong with it.
Yeah.
And
So wait. The visage was a fey creature.
Yeah, it had a string from your mom, and it was pulling it in, and it was pulling it into something. And Chrissy sees this thing, and she says, "Amaryllis, you see this?" So she knows she's not hallucinating because she saw it too.
Yeah.
And she attacked right away because it doesn't look right. It's spectral, and that it didn't seem like that would be something you should be associated
And
with.
you were the one that got arrested.
We got bad
And
vibes.
you tried to kill me.
I did.
And you got a
Because
nat
you
20.
didn't know.
And you got a nat 20.
To go
But
after you.
he went to protect me. He got a nat 20 because he contested you. So your knife bounced off of his sword, and it went into some random dude and killed him. But I got arrested.
Well, yeah, because you started the chain of events.
You did. That is fair.
It's that logic of
Just
like.
the wide-eyed look of like.
No. It's like the logic at school when you're like, I was attacking a bully because the bully attacked me first, and it's like, no, you threw a punch, you're in trouble too, and it's like, what the fuck?
At least the paladin that came in jail.
He came to jail.
Hey, no.
Yeah.
I don't remember that part.
That's called horny jail.
At least the paladin that came to the jail
Way too hard
defended
to
me
say.
because of that. Because evil creatures, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I had to warn him not to attack your mom. Because that's the paladin's duty too. So
Your mama.
So that's why when he went
You're
up to you guys,
still-
because I asked him to find you guys and not attack your mom, he was like
He was
kind of
still-
really upset. Like he didn't like looking at your mom. Like
What? She's a lovely lady.
she's a lovely lady with an evil creature
Come to
attached
my
to her.
town
But
and
okay.
start
Shit.
It's happened to all of us. It's fine.
Yeah, but we all get hit for it. I mean, I got the shit beat out of me with his fucking sword, and he just swings it like a baseball bat and smacks me.
Home run!
No, that's why my daddy did.
Yeah, nice. I don't think of my Sky Daddy.
I'm-
Like that.
No,
just
no,
over
no,
You know
the-
what?
over the-
No.
Suya needs to explain because he will not let go
What?
of his theory
Uh-oh.
about Chrissy's mom.
That she's a bitch. She's probably behind a lot of the things that.
Same! I've been saying that for like a year!
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, she is evil! She's working with the big bads! She really
theory.
is!
See?
Oh
See, I'm
my
not
god,
the
I've
only
been
one.
saying that!
I'm not the only
The
one, though.
moment we met her, I went, she's evil. She's evil. She's so fucking evil.
She just hates me
But there's more to it!
Like
there
an evil
has to
person
be!
would.
next to everybody else, but she just hates
Which
me.
makes it even more shady!
Like an evil person does.
Exactly! Exactly!
Christy made her miscarry and she killed her husband.
That's
I'm
not
pretty
your
sure-
fault, though.
Well,
a sane
well,
a sane person.
That's
that
if
kills
she
you.
was-
That's tragic.
That's
It's tragic. We
Okay,
lost
but
your
she
dad.
wasn't in the room when I killed him, so
It
she
doesn't
just came
matter.
in with me.
That's
sitting
even
with
if
his
she
head
was
in my
pregnant
lap.
in the first
A
place.
good mother would never abandon her child, no matter what.
She was
Well,
already kind of like,
a good
you're
mother.
kind of not my child because I kind of look like I was cursed, right? So
With-
I don't look anything like I
within
did.
reason. you know?
She probably made the deal to curse you to have a reason to hate you, and then that put her down the spiral to be tied. We're gonna get to the sanctum of
But
Fae, and your mom's gonna be in
But
there.
my family loved me
Reason
before I
to
died.
hate.
Sure they did. Maybe that's just the
Yeah,
trauma.
that's just a fucking act. You know, people do act.
And the reason is you.
She's behaving with Sarah.
For now, I mean, this is her interest, I'm sure.
To be fair,
easy to.
For now.
oh, easy to manipulate against you.
She's
Yeah.
not the one that teaches anything. everything. Regent is the one that does all that.
It doesn't matter. I still don't trust her. She's a bitch. That's it.
She is a bitch, okay? But
so I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised if something comes out like, oh, it was your mom. Like, I ran.
But
I
it's
knew
not
it.
in my backstory that she is evil of any kind. She was a loving mother before I turned into what I did, and then she was tolerating me. She wasn't evil to me when I was little. She just was distant.
Something
and
not
she
being
hated.
Something not being in your backstory doesn't mean shit, because none of the mentor stuff was in my backstory until Brad decided to put it in.
Yeah, that is
It
fair.
means nothing.
That is true. That doesn't matter. That could still
I
fucking
did not
happen.
prepare for any of that. He just decided, what if we put this in here? And I'm just like,
We had to compromise on that too. We had to make a, because Mira was
Why
like, she's
though?
Amaryllis is supposed to be like happy, like so we changed it from like
I didn't want anything traumatic happening
being,
in her backstory.
being
and Brad
even
was just
darker
like,
than it
here
was.
we go, and I'm like,
We had to change it from
but
being
it was my
actually,
first time, so I'm just like, I don't want trauma in
I love
her
how
story.
You had to change it from what?
Because we had to change it from it for sure was a thing that happened to we don't know. Amaryllis doesn't know if it actually happened or not. That's originally why she
You
was
have
supposed to be
dreams
following.
about it. You don't know if that's what actually happened.
So it's like that was the
Who's to
compromise,
say?
but that was like 6 years ago.
Yeah, because none of that mentorship was in her backstory at all. And Brad was like, I've got something for you here. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're doing that.
I mean, I remember that conversation to compromise on that, and Brad's all, okay, we can make a dream. Like, he's like, I already wrote a bunch of stuff for it.
Well, think of it like this. Maybe Amaryllis is in denial, and hypothetically, let's say it did happen, but you're in denial. And
But that's
you don't
the
want
thing is-
nothing to part of it, so you choose to forget it.
Disassociate.
Yeah,
But
you
that's the thing is,
dissociate.
like, she as a character now, like,
It's
she
kind
doesn't
of-
know if what's true and what's not.
Exactly.
But like when I created her, that was never a thing. So I was just
yeah.
like,
So-
okay, I guess we're putting that in. I guess she's got some sad things in the
be-
background.
But to be fair, I honestly think, in the grand scheme of things, you've taken it and you've ran with it and you've made it your own. And it's pretty great.
Yeah, I just didn't want her whole thing to be just all like sad and traumatic shit. I was just like, I want her to be like my little sunshine flower.
Well, I mean,
it's
technically
one.
that was
This was my first character. I want her to like not be the typical like, sad backstory. Oh,
It's just
what
one
edge
event,
lord.
yeah,
It's like
technically
she's just a
it's-
little sunflower.
Technically, it's one event
It's one
because
event.
the rest of your life you were happy, you were in your little
Your
home
parents
and
still
hole,
are.
and then you like traded gods. You had a great time, but
So it's still
then
sunshine. It's just
this
So in
happened,
the-
and I'm pretty
The
sure
reason she traded it was a little upsetting though.
I'm
That
pretty-
is something, yeah. I know that because Mira's told me about that just as a player. Just like the idea she's been working through with why she changed.
I think you
gods.
kind of mentioned it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I want to say,
you
yeah.
mentioned it at some
Part
point.
of the whole she opened up to everybody would have incled that.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
You,
That's
you
right.
kind of mentioned.
So y'all
that.
technically know about it
Yeah.
in the universe.
But a lot of it was happy. I think the thing about this is it's probably connected to other things because what I noticed Brad does is he connects things from one story to the other, so it's probably something that's going to be in common with everybody.
Connective tissue.
Well,
I'm just saying,
except
not
for
being
me
in your
'cause I
backstory
got
doesn't-
shoved into this.
I am very excited for when.
All that to say is, just because it's not in your backstory doesn't mean.
I'm very excited for when we get to the Castle of Fae, and then the head of Fae turns around, and it is just Chrissy's mom, and then Sui and I will be like, "We fucking knew it!"
Vindicated.
Yeah. Alexa, play Vindicated.
I don't think my mom is a big
My
baddie.
dashboard
He's already
confessional.
introduced Tiamat.
Your mom could be working for Tiamat. I mean, you have Tiamat fucking
Have you-
dungeons and you have like Tiamat related stuff on
Have
the
you-
catacombs and shit.
Where?
Have you
You
seen?
said like it was followers of Tiamat or something beneath or something.
But
Like,
here.
related to Vihonen.
But here's the real question: have you seen your mom and Tiamat in the same room together?
Exactly.
Your mom is Tiamat. No, that was my
No.
crackpot theory. Was her mom
I
was
with
Tiamat?
you.
What?
That
I
was
said
like,
I haven't seen Tiamat until I was with you. The first time though that we did run into something Tiamat was that zombie dungeon that we were in.
yeah.
But that wasn't.
But the
that,
question still stands: have you seen them both in the
But
same
wasn't that in the
room?
vicinity of your kingdom?
Then you can't.
No.
then
No,
you
that was
can't-
Rivers.
Sure.
Was that
Yeah,
outside?
that
That was
was
outside
near
Rivers.
Rivers. That was
Okay,
early.
yeah.
Well, didn't you have some ties with some dragons in your fucking kingdom?
Bahamut?
No, the other one. Tiamat. Yeah.
Bahamut.
Bahamut and Tiamat are related.
Mike, I
Yes.
know they're twins,
9/11.
No, that's
There you
what
Thank you.
that's what I'm saying. There's the connection is that they're
5 heads, 4.
5 heads
Four
plus
limbs.
Bahamut.
I think what you're confusing is the book that I
5
picked up from that
fingers.
Tiamat follower that I tried to seduce, that lizard dude.
What?
In the kingdom?
No, it wasn't in my kingdom. It
There's
was
something-
where? No, there was not.
We had the halfling with the yellow eyes show up in
I think
Kingdom.
That
what
was
that
in
is.
that wasn't in my kingdom though. That was
in
still
both.
Because you
wasn't
you
it?
said
No.
some you even said in your kingdom you
No,
told people to
because
like
I kept told them to keep an eye on
keep
it.
an eye out because there's a reports of something maybe being in the kingdom.
Chromatic dragons
No, it wasn't
don't
in my
heat
kingdom. I
steel
told them that
beams. That's
I
all
wanted them to
say.
hunt him down. I wanted actually them to hunt down the dude that killed me the first time, the assassin.
You do. I don't trust your mom.
Yeah, no, your mom's probably a big bag in some way, shape, or
No
form.
redeeming quality. Your mom is a bitch.
We're gonna have to kill your mom,
And
and
if
we're
she
gonna be
is
so
related to the
upset
BBEG,
about it.
I will be vindicated.
We're gonna kill your mom. We're gonna be oh so upset by it. We're gonna hate having to do it.
Well, Chrissy's not gonna allow that.
Does that mean we get double the power? Regent and Nona. No, wait, Nona could just take her place. There you go.
Regent and Nona serve the kingdom.
Yeah, they could get more money though. As the
Get more money.
kings and
Get
queens.
more money.
But the money.
But the money though. I know, like money.
Yeah,
is not
money
a-
So you both think that
separate from each other. Yes, I legitimately think she is in some way tied. Do I legitimately think she's
I have no
the
stake.
BBEG? No,
No,
she's
but I think
definitely
she's-
tied to one of these BBEGs. I legitimately do.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if there's something that she did that tied in with you having to deal with the fucking curse and all that shit. That's all I'm saying.
I wouldn't doubt that she made a weird deal.
Exactly.
I don't think so, but okay, you guys.
I mean, you know.
I
I've
have
had
no
this argument for like a year with him.
The backstory writes itself,
Yeah.
Chrissy. I don't know what to tell you.
I have no stake in this. I'm
We
just
don't have any
here.
steak in front of us at all. We had chicken earlier.
Yeah. That's sink in.
No.
It's been knocking
wish-
for hours, Chrissy. Let it in.
I wish I had steak right now.
God damn. I had to. Hell
We
yeah.
have chicken.
Chicken.
Will that do?
Kim.
No.
Oh man.
Maybe chicken fried steak.
Ooh.
Well, we tried.
Yeah, that's fair. So, there's been a lot we've chatted about.
1 week since you looked at it.
Yeah, I know, right? Legit, it's been like longer
This
than
week
that.
has
It's
been
been like
the
a
longest
couple.
year of my life.
It's been almost 2 months like since we've actually hung out. Because the last time we hung out was the last time we did D&D, which was end of August.
No, that was last month.
No,
Yeah, we did it in September.
no, we did not do D&D in September. The last time we did it was August 30th.
Did we?
I just
Oh,
edited.
that's close to November.
I just edited episode 84, and the timestamp was August 31st
It was
or
right
August
at the end.
30th.
Right at the end.
Yeah.
Well,
it was-
technically, it's the 1st of September because we ran long for that.
well,
True.
no, it bled August 30th into August 31st, so we
Oh.
technically haven't seen each other
Never
since
mind.
the end of August.
What
We
the
s-
fuck, Brad?
We skipped September for reasons, and then we're now having to
Well, yeah, we did because
make.
Is that
do.
when Brad first got sick?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
when you first got
Yeah.
sick. And we had
Okay.
to,
Brad first got sick literally very beginning of September. It was
I
like
was gonna say, you can also go into your texts and be like, hey, find
Yeah.
the text from Chrissy that's like, hey, Brad's really sick.
yeah, but so there's so many wild moments. We could be here forever, but like we have the last episode that came out ended on a very serious note. Very serious note. There's a lot of interesting things that could unfold and stuff
But now
like
we
that.
have context for the fucking.
That's going to be a cool thing to be able to. That kind of just negated any of the questions I had about that because I went, no, that just answers everything that I'm like, where do we think we are going to go with this? And then you said that retcon, and I went, I know exactly where this is going to fucking go. Is where we're all going to realize, what do you mean that more time went by? And then there's going to be a big fucking group powwow. But when everyone wants to. But
Morongo.
ooh,
What? The casino.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
powwows there.
let's go to powwow. Hell yeah. I mean, hell yeah. But where do we go from here? And
To our room.
yeah, no,
We're already in our.
this
rooms all
is
separate.
supposed to be set up for what's
Still
going to
though.
come out in 2 weeks. So where are we going from here? Well, things are about to get weird. Things are about to get really weird, and we're going to talk about that in 2 weeks. But things are going to get really weird, and I'm really excited for the weird shit that's about to happen. We've got some cool stuff coming up. We've got some weird storytelling stuff coming up that you just have to wait until in 2 weeks to hear about. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that.
That was 5 uses of weird in a very short.
Weird, right?
Strange, even.
It's gonna get weird. It's gonna be weird.
Abnormal.
Things are gonna happen. It's
Let's
gonna
get
get really
weird.
weird.
Things are going to happen is not the word weird.
No, but you said weird 5 times while you were summing that.
I suck at words. I don't read. Like, goddamn.
Read.
I don't fucking read. You expect me to look at words and take them in? I have ADHD. I can't do that.
It's like when we watch Brutal Moose and he has the whole, like, he uses the same word a bunch of times in the fucking little short span of the video. It's fine. And the battery's dying, but it's fine.
But
Soggy. It's
in-
soggy. It's
Marinara sauce.
yeah, marinara sauce. But no, things are about to
That's
get.
what it reminded me of.
Things are about to get wild.
complicated.
Wow.
Wild.
It's weird and wild.
It's complicated.
It's MySpace. It's
the 2
complicated.
W's.
MySpace, yeah, it's MySpace complicated, but we'll talk more about that in a couple
Weird
weeks.
Wild Web.
Yes, Weird Wild, the
Wild
WWF.
West. He still hasn't seen that movie.
Still have not seen that movie.
Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I have not seen that movie.
We're getting there.
But speaking of we're getting there, we're getting to the end of this Afterbrew. But thank you guys so much. We'll catch you guys in 2 weeks for something we
For another brew.
never do. It's a pseudo brew. It's a primer. It's kind of an announcement.
It's hair of the dog. That's what it is.
It's hair of the dog after a long night of drinking. But until then, we'll catch you guys next time. You drink
do
water.
now.
Yeah. We will.
Time.
Yeah, we will catch you guys in a couple weeks for a really interesting and cool video. So until then, we will talk to you guys later.